What does R wing
72
mean?
hour holds. The
Oh,
psych
okay.
word.
So just like getting too crazy and like losing your shit back when you were partying. Real. Hi, welcome to another dumb show. Hi, I'm another dumb show host. Oh my God, what is going on with this thing? Hi, welcome to another dumb show. I'm another dumb show host. Welcome to issue number 45, full of issues already. And just as we get started, I apologize that we're starting late today again. We're dealing with more technical issues on my end that are driving me crazy. I'm not exactly sure what's going on, but again, I had the little Rick and Morty mice in there that I talked about the other day, messing with everything. I have no idea what happened. Everything seemed to have been working fine earlier, and then I got up to go to the bathroom, and I came back, and all the screens were black for some reason. I don't have any idea why, but for some reason they were. So it was a little bit crazy just trying to get things up and running here because as I was ready to go, it all broke all over again. So I don't know if I need to take this thing in and get my graphics card looked at or just get the computer looked at itself because I'm not exactly sure what is going on, but it is really driving me crazy. It's really frustrating because, like I said, every time I think I get it working again, it breaks. It's very strange. It's like there's these little people in here breaking things when I'm not looking. Like sometimes I think that it's like the animals. I think they'll start chewing on a cord or they unplug a cord or something, but it's not them. It's just, this stuff just keeps breaking for no reason at all. I really don't understand it. So hopefully we'll get around to doing that, get it all fixed. I may, like I said, I may take it in just to get looked at as far as the graphics card because I got a pretty heavy warranty on this bad boy since old Papa Struts paid for it. So there's a pretty heavy warranty on this thing, so I'm going to take advantage of it for sure and try to get it worked on and try to figure out what the hell's going on with this thing. I mentioned the animals there, and you saw Darla. Oh, Mikey's here, by the way. Mikey, what's up, my dude? How are you, bro?
What's up, buddy? How you doing today, man?
Good, man. Sorry, I heard you rattling around there for a sec. I heard flicka, 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 so I turned your mic off for a sec as I had my own mic off apparently too, but no, it was whatever. For like I said, these settings keep resetting themselves, my dude. It's so frustrating. So I appreciate you. Like yeah, I appreciate you adapting on the fly, and because we were supposed to go 11-1 potentially today, and then it moved to 5-7 with you, and then I was like, that's not working yet, and I didn't even have time to call you. So thank God that you're flexible and cool and chill. I appreciate it, my friend.
Dude, I so didn't want to go bowling tonight, so it got me out of going.
Oh, good. I thought you loved bowling more than anything.
I do, but I don't know if I'm like at a point in my life where like I'm a little bowled out because I've been doing it so regularly for so long, and I've been struggling a little bit. Like it's just like it's losing a little bit of the fun.
Well, you took the booze out of it too, which I imagine that might have been a big part.
I never really drank when I was bowling. The bowling league that I'm in is a Sunday morning league at 9 a.m. Most of the time I was gargoyled from something else. I mean, drunk from the night before and stuff like that.
Oh, see. Well, to me, that's an alcoholic's excuse to drink in the morning on a Sunday. Is I'm in a bowling league. I mean, we're here. We got to have a couple drinks at least. But okay, well,
I quit drinking before they started serving so early. Now the bar's open at 10 a.m. here, and it used to be noon, and we used to be done at noon. So you'd have to wait till bowling was over to start because we started at 9 a.m.
Gotcha. So now you're in an evening league, sober. Or did they drink with you? Do these guys drink at all? Like
both my father, my uncle, and my best friend. And my best friend's the only one that drinks, and we get a free pitcher and a free pizza every week. So my friend just drinks the entire pitcher.
Nice.
And we split the pizza at the end.
Okay, well that's a good gig then. It's not so bad. I heard you mentioned that you were not feeling well this morning. I talked to you earlier, and I think
eating is a bitch.
Is it stress eating, or have you replaced alcohol with binge eating at this point? I wonder.
No. Well, I mean, I've always been the binge eater. That alcoholic in me is definitely still there. I do anything and everything over the top. But when I'm like stressed and anxious and all my shit is packed up, my fridge is practically empty, so I'm like forced to like eat out. Well, I say that I'm forced to eat out, but I could just make healthier choices. But last night I stopped at my parents' house. Mom had fresh baked cookies, and then I stopped at a frozen custard spot. They sell 40-ounce milkshake, so I got a 40-ounce milkshake and a pint of custard.
And
I came home, smoked an L, and then just threw 4 cookies into the milkshake and ate it with a spoon like a buffoon. And then this morning went to the gym at 6 a.m. and when I walked out, I just vomited and painted the parking lot.
Bro, this is
Painted the parking lot.
old school dumb stuff that you're doing right now. Just so you know, you're taking cookies, crushing them up, making your own blizzard out of a milkshake, then eating a pint of ice cream on top of it to the point where you make yourself throw up the next day. That is 100% old dumb stuff. You're on your way to being a 400-pound piece of garbage, my friend. Be careful.
I'm a 230-pound piece of garbage right now.
That's crazy.
And it didn't stop. It's not like I stopped. I literally just went to McDonald's and crushed 3 Big Macs, a 20-piece nugget, and a large fry.
How many? 3 Big Macs?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, well, they're the buy one, get one for $1 right now, and I had a coupon for a free one on the app.
That's like so you can share it with your family. Like I would like that because, okay, I get a Big Mac, the kid gets a Big Mac for free. You're like, no, I'm going to do buy one, get one for me and another Big Mac. Man, this is really, you're eating like I used to eat. That's just crazy, dude.
Oh, dude, it's bad. When I get stressed, I eat. Like when I first got sober off alcohol, I ballooned up to 270 pounds. That's what originally pushed me to the gym and to start working out.
What is the stress? Just the stress of moving or work or everything?
Stress of moving. Work's been a little bit slow. That's no big deal, but it's just more downtime.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, moving for me is like the most stressful thing in the world. Every time I like physically or mentally think about moving, it's me doing it in a hurry, throwing shit in a garbage bag and having to be out of someplace within 24 hours.
Yes.
So like anytime I'm beginning to move again, even though I'm moving into this like bigger, nicer place, this place that I deserve, like part of me still feels like I'm running from something and I've got this anxiety.
Yeah, the old demons and old habits die hard. That just kind of you kind of have imposter syndrome almost. It sounds like you can't accept that you've kind of gotten yourself out of that hole, and you're, I don't know if like successful is the right word, but you are in the sense that you aren't a troublemaker anymore, and you're paying your bills and you're getting by, and you got a successful relationship, and you're staying sober and stuff. So that's that imposter syndrome sounds like it's kind of creeping up in your mind. Like, is this really me? Am I really actually making these positive steps in my life?
Part of me like expects like, all right, when's the other shoe gonna drop? Like, when am I gonna pick up the bottle again? When, what's the life event? When am I gonna get cheated on? When, like, all things that aren't gonna happen, all catastrophes, they all just run through my mind, and I'm like, yep, that's gonna happen because that's just like what I deserve.
Now, do you go to a therapist too, or you just take medication? Do you actually see a therapist?
Oh, yeah, no, that list of medication comes with a therapist. I talk to a meds lady once every 2 months too to make sure all those meds mix together.
Yeah,
because I have to make sure, like, they all know like that I shoot testosterone and that I microdose with mushrooms and stuff. So my medication, I have to make sure like beforehand that there's going to be no ill reactions or
That's smart. It's better to before you start, taking recreational, I guess microdosing is recreational, but it's legal a lot of places. But it's medicinal, recreational, whatever. That's good that you're
self-prescribed. Like that's bad for an alcoholic. We should never be, as an alcoholic, I should never be self-prescribing medication. That's like what got me to where like my rock bottom.
I saw a news story today about there's a pill for people with cannabis addiction now that like blocks you from getting high, just like that heroin pill or opioid pill that you take that blocks.
Yeah, the alcohol pill and the shot that I take. Both I take a shot for the opiates and stuff, which I haven't touched in 5 years. Anyways, I don't even know why I take that shot anymore. I think it's more of like a screw you to the insurance company because it costs them like $2,100 a month. But yeah, I didn't know that was a pill that was helping with cannabis use disorder.
Well, because you said that I remember last time we had talked a while ago about you got that cannabis toxicity where you started throwing up out of nowhere, and the only thing that helped was the showers and stuff like that.
My God, that was so bad. Oh,
I didn't think this was a real thing, and then I heard you talking about it, and I was blown away because you can hold your own. So the last person I ever expected that to happen to.
I was doing like 500 to 700 milligrams of edibles a night in that oil, and smoking 2 or 3 J's and doing dabs. Like I was like way over the top. But that's like when I was first coming off alcohol. So that was a big time replacement for me.
Well, that's what this pill is supposed to do for people who come down with this cannabis toxicity and they can't seem to kick the cannabis habit because they're addicted to like super high amounts of THC every day. And it's making them throw up, which I didn't even realize was a thing. I really find it hard to believe because I ingest a lot.
God,
I feel like I'm ingesting a lot, and I'm not even like I can't even comprehend. I'm like, give me more, basically. So I don't understand how people are like sometimes I feel like there's Snoop Dogg and then there's me. That's how you know what I mean? Like if I had money like him, it would be Snoop, Wiz Khalifa, and I'd be right in between those two somewhere, probably. Like
I can smoke like that, and I still smoke like that. I mean, except like when I'm at work and stuff like that during the day. But when I'm not at work, I mean, it's lavender nonstop. It's 24/7, J after J after J after J after J.
That's why
But I think it was the high doses of edibles.
Yeah,
I really do. I think it was the high doses of the edibles, and it might have been because tincture is like a form of alcohol.
mm-hmm.
So that very well could have been reacting with the drug that I'm on that blocks alcohol.
Okay, that makes sense then. Okay, good. Yeah. So we'll say I'm going to go ahead and say that the cannabis thing is not real then. I'm going to just go ahead and say screw that. Diz says he smokes 15 blunts a day. What the F they talking about? All right, Sniz. All right. And Timothy says he's doing 1,200 mils of THC a day here. Good for him. Good stuff. Brittany's asked, what's everyone drinking? Well, actually, it's good. Funny, yes. And, second hour is always happy hour here on Another Dumb Show. But because we are... we're starting late tonight, so I'm going to bust these out. I got these deli lights, the Modelo Oros, Deli Oros, so I'm calling them. They're actually quite good. I'm pretty happy with them. So I highly recommend you guys give those a try. If you like the regular delis and you want to cut some carbs, they're only 90 cals and 3 carbs a can, and they're pretty tasty. So
I don't think I've ever had a Modelo.
Oh, really? They're fantastic. I can't believe you've never had them, though. They're great. It's like I like cheap, like whatever is like the Bud or Bud Light in like, no, I don't mean to like insult Bud Light, but it's not like a craft beer, but like the cheap regular beers in like Mexico or Italy, like Peroni and Modelo. Like
I like Stella's.
Stella is great. I like that. That's got a nice bite to it. I like stuff. There's like random kind of, I guess Modelo's kind of not, it's more of a crossover now, but I don't know. I tried it one day and I really like it. YouTube
Corona,
keeps
like that type of deal.
Yeah, but a little bit more flavor. Corona's a little thinner and it has like, you almost need that lime with this. This has got a nice, powerful thing. Tracy's saying F Bud Light. That's so weird. Hannah's drinking wine. I'm drinking out of a mug because I keep getting all my stuff demonetized. So I don't know if it's the beer. I don't know if it's the vaping. I don't know. So we'll probably...
I'll put that on.
No, that's just save it for maybe when you're off camera or whatever. So I'll cut to... actually, speaking of that, I'll give you a chance to do that. But Beanarina over there, I'm worried about her. Hey, Beans, can you look at the camera over here? Over here. Look over here. There you go, girl. She hasn't been eating. I changed her food the other day because I ran out of her normal food. So I had to order stuff because I wasn't leaving the house. And so I ordered some food to come in for her because I needed other groceries anyway. So I had some stuff delivered. And they just didn't have any of the food that she normally eats at any of the stores. So I don't know if there was some sort of supply chain issue with it or whatever, but they just didn't have her stuff. So I looked for something that was different, and I was like out of food. So I didn't get the chance, because when you change a dog's food, I guess you're supposed to wean it in from one to the other and mix it over a couple weeks or whatever. You're not just supposed to change food because it shocks their digestion system or whatever. But she was out of food. So I had to get her something. So I got her this other food, and she just will not eat it. It's driving me crazy, and it's been a couple days now, and normally she's eating like 2 bowls of food a day, and she's barely eaten 1 bowl in like 2.5 days. So I'm kind of like nervous about her. I don't know what's going on with her.
You try the old rice and ground beef?
Well, I could. I mean, I'm almost like to this point where I feel like I'm going to have to give her some human food just to get her to eat something, or she might
Yeah,
be
rice
eating.
and ground beef or some chicken breast or something like that, just to see if she's just being a fickle little bitch and don't like the
Yeah.
food,
Well, it could be
or something
that.
going on with her stomach.
That's what I'm wondering. Well, she's pooping, so she's eating. She must be eating cat food, and which is probably why the cats are yelling and screaming all the time because they're not getting all their food. And I did notice I filled up the cat food a little bit more than I normally do.
Oh, there you go. So get a little bit of cat food.
It sounds like she's probably eating the cat food. So, but yeah, a lot of people are in there agreeing with you. Oh, Tracy says she'll eat when she's hungry. I agree. I'm willing to let her kind of ride it out. I kind of feel the same way, but the cat food's right next to the dog food, and normally she eats her stuff. But I don't know. I'm freaking out about her.
I would be too. I'm such a worrywart when it comes to animals. Hey, like my cat skips one meal, I'm ready to bring it to the emergency vet. And,
Well, I think
kidney. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's from. Well, also there's so many things like B1 had her. You're good, dude. Don't worry about it. Her. Every one of our animals is a rescue, so they've all been kind of through something. So I think I'm just extra extra sensitive, especially with her because she's my baby. So I got to make sure she's perfect. So Mikey, I had a really good weekend. What'd you do this weekend?
Yeah, I did good. I didn't do much, man. I've been packing, and I spent a few hours by the pool on Saturday at my apartment complex, and that's about it.
You don't look very tan. I was in the sun for about a half hour and I feel like I got cooked.
I'm a nice olive already. I don't ever really get like that dark brown. I just get more of like an olive color.
Okay.
I never really get that super tan.
So were you swimming or what were you doing? Were you out there with your girl and the kid or?
Like yeah, the kid was in the pool freezing his ass off for like 2.5 hours just standing there like, I don't want to get out of the water. Just, it's not cold. And
right.
His lips are blue. And the pool is freezing, but he wants to be in the pool.
Of course.
So
that's fun. Were you
I won't
like
get in the water unless it's like 78 degrees.
So yeah, you didn't get in with him at all. Did you guys just put your legs in? Nothing. It was just that too
No,
cold.
I didn't even put my legs in. By the time we got to the pool, the sun was kind of coming through the clouds.
Okay, good stuff.
But I
so
just sat there and listened to some country music for a little bit.
really, I didn't think you were a country music guy.
Yeah, we talked about it. Jello.
Oh, that's right.
My reintroduction to country.
That's right. I just saw him. He was. I like to watch the hot B1 got me hooked on that Hot 20 countdown on CMT. That's on the weekends in the morning, and they had him on the other day, and I like that guy. Again, I don't know if he's my style of tunes, but something about him is kind of likable. Check
out the documentary on Hulu that he just dropped. It's an 1.5-hour documentary. It was really good looking to him and how much he gives back and been to prison like 20 times. He's a felon and the amount of time and money that he gives back to the youth and stuff like that is really like an acting change, not just talking about it.
It
makes the guy even more like.
He wasn't violent, right? Was he a violent criminal or did he just steal? Like, I mean, not that stealing.
It was armed robbery.
Oh, really? Oh.
Yeah, he was selling cocaine. Some of the pictures they show of him when he's like 14, 15 years old and he's talking about when he was smoking crack and stuff like that. It looks like Andy Milonakis when he's a kid with the fucking the cornrows when he had him. And from the TV show, he looks just like it.
Was he all skinny and cracked out when he was a kid or has he always been gigantic?
Yeah, he was still a big boy.
That's funny. He told a story about when he met Garth Brooks. Apparently, he was so excited to meet him, he picked him up and like he lifted him up off the ground, and his little legs were like swinging in the air. So he said it was like meeting one. He said, "Don't." People say don't meet your heroes because they'll let you down. But he said unless your hero is Garth Brooks, because he was a cool dude to meet. So I imagine they're both super churchy. So I'm sure they had plenty to talk about and redemption and all that stuff. Hannah said, I love that you love Taylor. I love her so much. Talking about Taylor Swift. Yes, I'm Swiftie. I'm probably not as hardcore of a Swiftie as I should be, but I can't, Lavender Haze. If you don't love that song, I mean, come on. I knew you were trouble when you walked in. Who do you think that's about? Obviously me. Come on. But my weekend was good, Mikey. I had a wedding this weekend. It was a lot of fun. Well, you know what, guys? I just realized I'm not sure. I was going to be able to show you some pictures, I thought, but I'm having an issue with getting one of my desktops to show up again for some reason. And when I pop it up, it really likes to push the limits of my graphics card here. So, but I think I could probably show you. So I had like I said, this weekend was good for me. I had a wedding on Friday. We did the late night show, and thank you guys very much for sticking around. There are a lot of people that hung out. I got a nice message. Actually, I'll just read that email real quick. Actually, I got a really nice email from somebody about you and I, Mikey. Where is it at? It's from Robbie. He says, "What's up, Dom and Mikey? Dom, I'm very glad that you brought the show back. You and Mikey are doing a fantastic job with ADS. It seemed like a no-brainer to join the League of Dummies." Oh, thanks, man. There's a sports center up. Well, I wonder if I'll get dinged for that. Anyway, watching Friday's show, it genuinely felt like a group of buddies were just hanging out and playing video games. I love that dynamic that you guys bring to the show. Keep up the good work. So yeah, I appreciate everybody hanging out Friday night. We played a little NASCAR at the end of the show. Went a little long. So that was fun. I appreciate it. We had a good time. So I do see the phones are working. So yeah, it was nice. That was a nice email that we got, right, from that dude. That was cool.
Absolutely. I love stuff like that.
People are really. I've gotten a lot of good feedback about you, Mikey. I have to be honest. So, except for from
I
one.
really appreciate it from everybody. It's kind of a dream of mine. I'm really enjoying it.
It's
I've
always
got all the shit to say and get sick of talking to myself.
Hanging out with me is not just your dream, Mikey. It's a lot of people's. No, I'm kidding. No, I just got. Hey, I pay for these damn phones, and somebody called and they're actually ringing. So 844-HIT-DUMB. I'm going to answer it. 844-448-3862. Hi, you're on another dumb show. Who's this?
Hey, it's Blue Wolverine.
Hey, what's up, Blue Wolverine? How are you, my friend?
What's up, Blue?
Hey, doing good, doing good. Hey, Dom. Hey, Mikey.
What's up, buddy?
Hey, Dom. I was trying to tell you. I mentioned TikTok the other day, right?
Yeah.
In the show.
Yeah.
So I was trying to call in multiple times. I'm glad the phones are working, but I was trying to let you know that in TikTok they have different community guidelines for music streaming. So DJs will set their phone up on their booth and just let it stream right in front of the booth, a little view of the booth, a view of the people dancing right there, and they get paid. I mean, these content creators are just making mad money off of that. So that's why I brought it up to you, because it's just another form of revenue.
Sure.
And
yeah. No.
They're not getting copywritten strikes or anything like that for the music that's playing, because the guidelines are way different than YouTube.
Apparently so. I'll have to check that out. Because I thought, like, if you're using, like, YouTube now has a section where you can add their, like, royalty-free stuff. There's a whole section of royalty-free, but it's mostly just like beds, like the stuff that I have when we come back from break. Nothing that you would really know. So that's interesting to me that TikTok allows you, and it's like, so they're playing like Usher, yeah, and it's not getting dinged.
Yeah. See, TikTok started as an app to lip sync to music, and that's what it was originally for. So their community guidelines are way, way, way different. And so, and you were talking about a setup. How would you do that? You just take a phone and just set it up. And you can even have it just facing so the crowd can see it.
Yeah, I think that. Well, I was thinking setup as far as like putting all of this with like graphics and all that kind of stuff. I don't know if I would be able to do that, obviously, but just setting up a phone and playing it. That's easy. I could do that. But again, I just wonder if people would want their events streamed. Like maybe if like people are in the League of Dummies, I could see that, and they wanted to do like a private League of Dummies, kind of, because you could do private streams or whatever, or that are members only or something like that. So that's kind of a cool idea, actually. Maybe that might be neat.
Yeah, you could take a poll or something before you do it, before you make a decision. But yeah, I think it's just another. They make money off of it, so another way to get some money.
I appreciate that.
Good show, man. I appreciate it. And
thanks, bro. How's
the kinks out?
Thanks. Yeah, they're slowly but surely. Well, there's like I said, there's something new every day, and it just inexplicable. I can't get it. I can't figure out why. Like, I don't know. I'm not going to go into it. It's too detailed. But how are you doing, Blue Wolverine? I know you had a last kind of 6-7 months have been kind of crazy with you. I know there was a big car accident with one of your family members.
Yeah, my wife. So my wife, she's good now.
Good.
She had to stay in the hospital, some internal injuries and everything. She got T-boned.
Mm-hmm.
Someone not paying attention. But so after we made sure she was okay, our lawyer came through pretty good. So yeah, we're doing good.
Well, that's really, I mean, that's great news. I'm happy to hear it. I think I remember at one point I saw that she had like her broken a bone, like her chest, like her sternum, maybe.
Oh yeah, she was tore up, man. She had internal organ damage and sternum broken, and just all kinds of. The person T-boned her out of nowhere. So, but she pulled through. She's 100% recovered now. Great doctors. Everything worked out.
That's fantastic. Drunk driver, or just somebody not paying texting, or just blew a light, or no idea.
Not paying attention. If she was not drunk, nothing like that, she did get charged for failure to yield. She just was taking a left hand. My wife was just driving straight. And this lady did not stop. Just turned to try to go down a side street and nailed her.
Wow, that's nuts.
So, it was crazy.
Just happened to my buddy's daughter. Her car got totaled. Thankfully, she was totally okay. And she was a little Mini Cooper, and the whole thing got just completely T-boned and crushed into a little nothing. But she ended up being fine. Yeah. Got a totally brand new car out of it, the better car and everything. So it was. It's weird how stuff like that is a blessing in disguise, I guess. I mean, thankfully she's okay, and it sucks that she had to go through all that for you guys.
I appreciate you asking about that too. Yeah.
I've been honest. I've been worried about it. I've been concerned. I was concerned when I saw it, and I'd been wondering how it had turned out, and so I'm definitely happy to hear that she's doing well. That was scary, because I heard that. I think I related to it because I know how much sternum pain hurts from when I did that sandpaper slip and slide, and because I like chipped off part of my cartilage down there. So I can't even imagine what sort of pain she must have been in. I think is why I was relating to it, and because boy, that shit hurts like hell on your chest, man. So
rib pain is the most pain in the entire world, and there's no way to make it better. There's no way to get better. You can't wrap it. There's nothing you can do. Mm-hmm. You use that core set of muscles for a lot.
Yeah, I also, the second time around, the second bad rib injury I had, and 816, I picked you up. I got you on hold there in case. 816, I'll grab you in 1 sec. Hang on. I don't know if people can hear on hold, so I got to do that to them. But the other time I hurt my ribs was when I tried to run. Remember when they got locked in the studio in RMG? The door got locked.
It had to be a battering ram.
I swear, you watch all those movies and you think that you can run right through a fucking door like it's nothing. Especially after you banged it with a sledgehammer for 2 hours. You think you're just, okay, I've loosened it. I'm just going to be able to run right through it. It did not give. The only thing that gave were my ribs when they cracked and I hit that thing, man. That was so painful. I will, I've learned to stay away from anything that's going to hurt my ribs at this point because it's no joke. 816, you're on Another Dumb Show. 844-448-3862. 844-HIT-DUMB. What's up?
What's up, Dom? What's up, Mikey?
What's up?
Who's this?
Ben from Kent.
Ben, what's going on, dude? How are you?
From Kent.
Ben,
how
are
you guys?
What's going on? What'd you want to talk about, my dude?
I don't know. I'm just calling in to say what's up.
Oh, that's cool.
You guys are back.
Well, thank you. We appreciate that. We'll take a shout out.
What's a good way to get a hold of you to talk some? Because I know you brought up having people on VMix or, and I could send you some stuff that I've done before, like other podcasts, and I didn't know if you're ever like needing someone.
Oh, you want to? Yeah, sure. Shoot me an email if you want, man. It's just anotherdumbshow@gmail.com.
Yeah, I just figure if if Mikey's ever not around and you need some help, or no, you don't need help because you're dumb and you're good at what you're doing, but I'd be down to hop on every now and then.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you very much, Ben. Yeah, if you want to, shoot me an email. Anotherdumbshow@gmail.com. Anotherdumbshow@gmail.com is the best way to get a hold of me. And just shoot, and who knows what'll happen down the road. Send me whatever you want to send me to, and then I'll check it out, and you can give me your demo reel. We'll go from there. How's that sound? I like that though. You're just not like. At least you're like, hey, I got something to offer. Let me check it out. So that's cool. Good for you, Ben. I appreciate that. Thank you. And you said you're in Kent?
Yeah, Ben from Kent, and my dad is alumni of Sugar and Falls.
Oh, nice. A Tiger. What year did he graduate? Do you know?
He's 71, so I don't know.
I put him on.
Can't do the math.
Put him on the spot. So he definitely know. My stepmom graduated in '73, so I'm sure he knows my stepmom. So.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah. They
Yeah,
just.
I was gonna ask you too if you went to Blossom Time this year or not.
It's funny that you asked that. I was just going to say I did go to Blossom Time. I went to the all-class reunion. It was my mom's 50th. My stepmom. It was her because she graduated in 1973. It was her 50th high school anniversary this year. So it was a big year for her. Yeah, it was pretty cool. So she was busy doing all that stuff, and all us cousins got together and hung out. It was a really good time. So Ben, I will look.
I've heard it's good. I just haven't checked it out yet with him. He's been up there, but I haven't.
It's great. I love it, especially if you have kids or anything like that, or if you just like to go to. Well, the bars were kind of slow this year, which is really weird. Usually they're hopping, but they were really slow this year when we went. So because we did like a cousins' night out, like I said, because I have a whole bunch of cousins, and we're all they're ranging from.
Is Sugar and Falls known for their like bar scene? I didn't think they were.
At Blossom Time, it is. Yeah, because everybody comes back. Yeah, that's the point of Blossom Time. Is everybody who went to Sugar Inn kind of comes back around that time. But sometimes there are years where there's just big house parties. So I think maybe that might have been what it was, where there were just a lot of house parties this year, or what. I'm not exactly sure. So yeah, I definitely recommend it if you have kids. The fair's great. If you just like if you just want to be patriotic and support Memorial Day, there's really no more patriotic of a weekend or a place to do it than Sugar and Falls on Memorial Day weekend. It's great. There's a parade on Sunday that's like a big kind of, it's a little bit more honoring the town. And then there's one Monday morning.
Yeah, that's what I heard. And Monday for Memorial Day. Yeah, that's what I heard. I'm like, oh shit, wow.
Well, there are two separate ones. There's one on Sunday. Then the Monday morning one is more of a patriotic one that honors all the service members and things like that. So, and it ends or it starts or ends at the ceremony, and there's a big, or at the cemetery there, and there's a big, somebody reads the Gettysburg Address, and they sing "Oh Danny Boy" and all kinds of stuff like that. So it's a really cool time. If you're looking for some place to go with your kids or your family for Memorial Day next year, I highly recommend going to Sugar and Falls. It's a great place. So, Ben, I'm gonna let you go, dude.
I'll email you.
All right, cool. I'll keep an eye out for it, my friend. Take it easy, dude. Hold on one sec. 162. I'll grab you in 1 sec. Hang on 1 sec. Ben mentioned he's from Kent, and it made me think I have a new Cannaspondent who is he's sending an application. His name Tyler. Is from Kent. I actually have a picture of him here. It's kind of small, but we can get that a little bigger, I think. Kind of, sort of. Here we go. So, of course, if you want to join and become one of our Cannaspondents, that's everybody who tokes up and listens to another dumb show or watches another dumb show. You can become a Cannaspondent. Yeah, we enjoy a good lavender around here. You know what I'm saying? You toke up lavender, vape some lavender. Hey, I don't even know if we're allowed to say that word vape, to be honest with you. To tell you, so we'll have to come up with a new word, vape. So if you vape lavender, you guys, you can be a Cannaspondent, but you got to send in some proof to me, so I know that you're legit. We've got Cannaspondents all over the country, and I'd love to have you become a Cannaspondent. So just send me an email, anotherdumbshow@gmail.com. Send me a picture of yourself, because I can't show a picture of your proof. So you got to show your proof that you get down, and you also got to send me a picture. That way I can show a picture of you like Tyler did. He sent me a picture here. So Tyler is our Cannaspondent from Kent. He sent a really good picture in there. So it's nice that you did that. I appreciate it. So welcome to the club of Cannaspondents, my dude. You are officially the Kent Cannaspondent. And like I said, we've got them all over. He's a local Cannaspondent. We got Ryan here, Charlie, Shark. So we got a few of them. I think we're almost up to 20 at this point. So low numbers, but I know we got a lot more people burning down. We got Ben out there. We got Brian out here. Who knows if those dudes are still around since everything changed. But hey, we got Cannaspondents. Mikey has rescinded his... Oh, I got to change that. That's right. Mikey rescinded his Cannaspondency to Carrie from Rochester, to the dude. So we're going to have to... Yeah, I'm going to have to take that down and change that. I completely forgot about that. So, all right. Let me grab this call real quick, and then I'll talk about the kind of cool thing that happened at my wedding, that I DJ'd this weekend. Hi, you're on another Dumb Show, 162. It's you. Who's this?
This is Brandon. What's up, man?
Hey, Brandon. What's going on, my dude?
Nothing much, man. This is actually the first time I've ever talked to you on the phone, so it's kind of crazy.
Well,
I just wanted to say I'm glad you're back, man. You know, I just I didn't hear so much from you for so long. I thought you died for sure. You know?
Well, I went into a major depression for a long time when everything went sour with the show the last time with the old studio, and then all the stuff that was going on with me and P1. I went into a full-blown talk to nobody depression, even though Mikey got cut off. I think literally the only people I talked to were like my parents, my mom, my kids, my ex-wife, B1, and that's about it. Nobody outside of my little tiny circle that I really talked to at all.
Your ecosystem, that's it.
Yeah, it was a kind of a jacked up ecosystem at that point anyway, but either way. But yeah, I'm glad to be back, dude. Thank you for recognizing that I disappeared and now I'm back. So thank you. You're welcome.
Yeah, I mean, you're a legend, dude. You're a legend. So keep at it, man.
Thank you.
Never give up, dude. Never give up.
That's the plan. You got it, dude. Brandon, where are you calling from, bro?
Memphis, Tennessee.
Nice, Memphis. That's awesome. It's funny that you mentioned Memphis because I just remembered the other day I told a story. And Brandon, I'm going to let you go, bro. Thank you very much. I had one of the craziest, and 511, I'll grab you in a sec. I'm not sure if you can hear on hold, but I'll get you in a sec. And you can give us a call, 844-HIT-DUMB, 844-448-3862. One of my craziest trips ever was to Memphis, where I was just a complete animal that weekend. Just awful husband, philandering maniac. It was so bad. It was back when I was 400 pounds too. Two different chicks in 2 days. The reason I brought it up is because one of them wanted to have the lights off. And I never to this day was really sure if it was because of me or because of her. And I know we did that story about Kim Kardashian the other day wanting to have sex with the lights off. And I really only brought that story up to be able to talk about what happened in Memphis because this girl did that and I wasn't sure if it was me or her, but I completely forgot the other day. But boy, what a crazy trip that was down in Memphis, man. I was a bad boy that weekend. Hi. You're on another dumb show. Oh, there it goes. Hi, you're on another dumb show. 511, it's you. It's you. You there? Hello? 511.
Hello. Oh.
Hey, what's up, dude?
Oh, you went by the last three numbers. I'm trying to figure out who you're talking to.
What?
Well, this is Cousin Joey from Tennessee.
Who is it? Cousin Joey?
Oh, my cousin Joey.
All right, your phone's breaking up. It's a little hard to hear you, Joey. How are you, my dude?
I'm good. I got the TV on, but I think it's a couple seconds delay from what I'm hearing on the phone, so I'm going to lower it.
I appreciate that. Yeah, and do me a favor, talk right into the phone for me.
I can't see his eyes.
You can't see Mikey's eyes? Yeah, I think it must be bright in his room because he's really squinty for some reason. He's like, I can't see anything.
Yeah,
everything's in flux because of the move right now, cousin Joey.
Oh, the move. Oh, in flux on the eyes. Okay, yeah. In flux. Yeah, you smoking flux too?
That's funny. We don't smoke anything here. We toke around here. We don't, that's so.
Oh, you toke. Okay, you toke. There you go.
Cousin Joey.
Well, this is your second call from Tennessee, huh?
I was just going to say, it said that you're in Tennessee. That's why I was confused for a sec. I thought it was, where are you at in Tennessee, man?
South of Nashville, about 45 miles.
Oh, Nashville. What a fun town. Had a great time with B1 when she and I went there.
CMA week just finished.
Oh, man, that must have been awesome.
This past week. We were up there for a short time Saturday, but then so.
Yeah, I went there.
I just thought I'd call and say welcome back to being on the air.
Thank you. I'm glad to be back.
But
I'm
it's kind of hard to. Yeah, there's a delay between what I'm watching and what I'm hearing, so I'm kind of messed up.
It's okay. That's
anyway,
yeah.
good
At that
luck,
point,
you
Well,
guys.
my cousin Joey actually DJs on a local radio station down in Tennessee.
oh really?
Yeah, he does a couple hours
Yeah,
a day.
yeah,
He does,
I'm on,
I
I'm
think,
on a-
right, like a rock show.
Well, I do the Rock and Roll Cafe from 11 to 2 when the owners are on vacation. So this week I'm on from 11 to 2. And
Good for you.
unfortunately, it's not on the stream, so you can listen to it. But it's a lot of fun. I'm learning how to push all the buttons.
That's great.
So,
Good for
it's
you.
all good.
What's your go-to jam if you're doing classic cafe kind of stuff? Do you have the background? Because there's a show here in town. It's kind of legendary. There's a legendary classic rock station here in Cleveland called WNCX. It's been around forever, and
Well,
there's a start in the
I
middle.
get to pick my own music, so I just pick. Usually, I'll pick a theme for the day. Like it'll be country rock, it'll be harder rock, ballad rock. I just mix it up every day.
Okay.
So it's all good.
Do you have a? Well, the
Yeah,
reason I
it's all
ask
good.
is
But
because
anyway.
they had a. All right, Joey, I'll let you go, bro. Thanks, dude. I think cousin Joey is literally trying to listen. Like, you can't see yourself, Joey. You can't, you know what I mean? Like watching it doesn't matter. You can't see yourself.
But
So
if you have the volume on, trying to respond to the TV, it's like Jeffrey with the speech zapper when
That's-
he used
yeah.
to have it in.
no, I could turn that. I could do that to myself in a second right now if I wanted to speech that myself. I could just if I turn a setting on in my headphones, it starts repeating in there, and I know exactly how people figured out what that speech zapper thing was because somebody must have been streaming and had the exact same problem. Because I don't know how else. It's a weird latency thing, so I don't know how anybody else would have ever figured that out. So yeah. All right, I'm gonna take one last call since I pay for these damn phones and people are on them. And let's see. Oh, here he is, Scrooge McDickhead. You're on another dumb show. What's up, bro? Hello, Scrooge. You there, dude?
Hey, how's it going? Yeah, I'm here. How are you?
What's up, brother?
All right.
What's up, Scrooge?
All right. Earlier, you guys were talking about some fat guy shit. I'll
Yes.
tell you some really good fat guy shit I picked up from my ex-girlfriend. Fucking bitch.
Yes,
That's the
Mikey-
only good thing I got from her. So
Mikey was okay. Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. No.
Well, I was just saying, Mikey was talking about, in case people didn't hear earlier, Mikey was binge ate himself to puking this morning. He ate an entire 40-ounce milkshake filled with cookies that he crushed up and put in there himself that he got from his mom, and also ate a pint of custard ice cream and proceeded to puke it all up this morning. So some serious hardcore fat guy shit. 3 Big Macs today with a 20-piece or a 10-piece. Ah, shit.
20-piece, but I only made it through 10.
Oh, I just
I
got
didn't
one of my.
finish- I didn't
Oh
finish
man,
the 10 piece.
shit. We might have to go to
20
break. I just got one of my infamous dumb leg cramps. Fuck.
Walk it off. Walk
Oh
it
my
off.
God.
Rub some-
Oh,
Poor
You gotta
baby.
get like
Go
a-
ahead.
Go ahead, Scrooge.
go ahead, Scrooge.
Well,
Go ahead.
all right. So if you want to know some fat guy shit,
Oh,
so you can get like tubs of the Philadelphia cheesecake filling, right?
yeah. Uh huh.
Yeah.
Take that, half and half with cookie dough.
Oh.
Mix it together and eat it by the spoon. Fucking delicious. Are you okay over there, buddy?
No, dude. I get
Come
this
on.
cramp. I get this cramp in my leg and this muscle called it's the sartorius muscle, and it runs from your hip to your knee. It's the longest muscle in your body, and when it happens.
Oh, no, I got
It
a
fe-
leg cramp. Oh, God.
Yeah.
Get my leg cramp.
Okay, that's enough of that. So no, that's literally the most painful thing. It feels like my muscle's gonna rip off my hip bone. That's how tight it is, and I can't stand up or sit. It's like, oh my god, this is the most painful thing in the world. Son of a
Is there a
bitch.
certain movement that like makes it go away, like a certain stretch, or you just got to ride it out till it goes away?
Really, that's about it. Ride it out. I could try to stretch it out a little bit. It's usually when this happens, when B1 was around, she would have to bang on it, like physically punch it and rub my leg until it would go away. So that's,
You need a Theragun. You need one of them little.
I have
jackhammers
one,
for
but the
your
battery's dead. All right, I got to take a break. I officially have to take a break. All right, I'm going to take a break. I'll be right back. We'll be right back on another dumb show. Hang on. fuck. my God. Oh man, that hurt so bad. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm sorry we had to take a break so quickly. Oh, I guess it wasn't too late. So, holy cow. That hurts so bad. Oh man. Woo. So yeah, pardon me. Welcome back to another dumb show. I'm another dumb show host here. Thank God for this thing. This thing just saved my ass. Oh man, Mikey. Bro. That cramp. I'm not kidding you. I've gotten that cramp before. We've talked about it on the old show when I would get that cramp. I've gotten them speaking of you, in Rochester. On our trips to Rochester, I would just randomly get those in the limo on the way there. And they would laugh and laugh and laugh at me while I'm writhing in pain. Oh, what happened to your mic? I think it's muted on your end, buddy. There you go. See how easy it is?
Yeah, well, I just had to pull a quick cleanup. I was putting out some lavender, and I kicked the cherry off the end, and I went to go blow all the smoke out of it.
Blew into the ashtray?
All the rest of the lavender went flying out onto my laptop keyboard.
Oh,
and
no.
The rest of my lavender paper.
Oh,
so
that sucks.
I had to scoop all that up and throw it in the ashtray.
So we're both falling apart over here.
Yeah. Happy hour, everybody. Crack
yeah, holy cow.
Choke him if you got him, too.
Yeah, no kidding, for sure. So I don't know if that's what it is, if I need to drink more water or what, because I have had more alcohol lately with drinking these beers here. But yeah, this club right here is actually, it used to be in a paper towel thing that when I was a little kid. This thing's probably 30 years old, if not 40 years old. We had a paper towel roll, and this was the thing that like went into the middle of it. And it was like this fancy paper towel holder. And then my dad owned properties. At one point, my dad's always a hustler. He always had a main job, but he hated working for somebody else, and he always wanted to be his own boss. And I think that's probably why I am the way I am. Because,
yeah.
Kello, get away from the camera. Come here. Did you see the camera shake? Bert just bumped it. Anyway, my dad hates having a boss and always did. And so I think that's why I'm more of want to be being my own boss, because he kind of instilled that in me. And he, at one point, tried to get into real estate, and he bought a bunch of properties on the west side of Cleveland, and not the greatest of neighborhoods. Kind of what some people would call the white trash area of our fine city here. And he would take me with him just in case somebody was going to try to beat him up or rob him. And he would give me this. And he'd say, here, if somebody tries to come up while I'm working on the house or something like that, use this on them. And I'm like 12, 13. And like, just because I was
young.
Well, I was just a bigger kid. I looked like an adult by the time I was 12 or 13, because I was overweight and I was just really tall for my age. So he was like, here, use this and beat him with it. And he also, because my dad was a racist, would also put another word in front of this and say beater. And I would say, oh, Dad. And yeah, because he was really bad about that. So this is my home defense weapon right here. Like, you have shotguns. I have my paper towel roll holder. Pretty solid, but
it looks like one of the mini baseball bats that you used to get at the stadium when you were a kid.
Yeah.
And we used to play mini baseball in the basement on our knees, and use tennis balls and like something that size.
Yeah, no, it's exactly what it's built, just exactly the same, but it's really solid. It's like oak. It's not going to break. And I use it as my cramp roller. More than anything, it's because when I get a cramp, like if my Theragun's dead, because I have a crappy one that dies, you have to plug in and it dies basically every 5 minutes, because I spent $40. Well, those things are like $300. I bought a $40 one.
Yeah, the expensive ones. You can get some decent ones for like $100, $150.
This was $40. That's why it was like $40 at the dollar store or something like that.
The Amazon special.
When it works well. It just dies so quickly. That's the problem with it. And I actually had a chiropractor tell me, he goes, that's the only difference between those $300 ones and the cheaper ones is just how long they last. He goes, they do the exact same thing. They're identical, just the cheaper ones, the batteries die quicker. So I was like, oh, cool. I'll buy a $40 one and just keep charging it. but I never charge it. Now I have a leg cramp. So thank you guys for bearing with me through that break. I did mention I wanted to show you a kind of cool thing that happened to me this weekend at my wedding. So I DJ'd a wedding this weekend. I don't know why Struts Studios isn't going away. What's going on there? Go away, Struts. Go away, Struts. Go away, Struts. That's weird. I DJ'd a wedding, and it was pretty cool because I did a couple. Well, the wedding was a hard one. It was a lot of work. I had, it's in a unique building where it's like this old factory where there's nothing. It's upstairs in an old factory there's like a loading dock and everything. So it's essentially just a big brick dry room. It's very hard to get into. It doesn't sound the best, but for whatever reason, I really enjoy working there. So I was excited to be working there, even though I knew it was going to be a lot of work because the load-ins, like I said, it's very hard. You go in this old school cargo elevator and they got to roll you up there, and I got 2 big ass carts that I got to go in. So it was a lot of work to get it all in. Finally got it all in. The bride and groom had, and I'm not usually a big fan of doing this, but the bride and groom wanted to do, I'll chop you there for a sec. The bride and groom wanted to do, for the intros, they had each individual couple come into their own song, which usually I'm not a huge fan of because it just sounds a little choppy, so I don't really always do it. But I never say no to doing it, but I always, if I can avoid doing it, I do, especially if it's a really short walk for the introductions because like I said, it just sounds really choppy. This place is a little bigger, longer walk, so I was like, okay, we'll make it work. Well, it's a lot of shifting. You're moving a lot of different songs in and out of 2 decks at the same time and making sure you're hitting the right cue point in the right song and not just starting it at the beginning because you want it to kind of, hit it up to the time when you say their name. So I had to do like 10 different couples plus the parents. So there was like 13 different changes in and out through all this. And I freaking nailed it. It was so awesome. It sounded so good. I was so pumped by the time I did it. And God love this coordinator. She, oh my God, these animals in this camera. Stop it. Get away from my camera. You just ate. Go away. They're driving me crazy
right now. Don't you know it's their world? You just live in it, though.
Unbelievable. I can't win. I'm going to have to tape this thing down every day. Anyway, sorry, I would just try to ignore it, but it's the camera, so it's very hard to ignore. So yeah, I nailed this. I kicked this thing's ass. There were a lot of people to introduce, and I was so proud of myself that I was able to do it. But the coolest thing that happened at this wedding was there was the couple I got married, obviously. There was a present couple. Well, there was a couple that I did a wedding for literally just this past March. And then there was a couple there that I'm DJing their wedding in November. And the bride and groom knew the 2 couples that were the past and the future, but the past and the future didn't know each other. So it was really cool. So I had to make sure that I took a picture with them because, well, who wouldn't be, in such a really kind of unique situation. So I took a picture with them. So here's the whole crew. That's the guys on it. So it's literally, and we actually nailed the picture. We were able to go left to right, so it's past, and then me in the middle, then the present couple, and then the future couple. And you can see their late night pizza out over there. You got to do the late night pizza. That was my little aux speaker that I had off to the side to give a little extra little thump to the dance floor. But man, that was so much fun. It was so cool to be there for to have all 4 or 3 couples in one. I've never had that happen with a past, present, and future. I've had past and present. I've had present and future, but never where I've had past, present, and future. That made me feel like $1 million. And it was so cool to watch the future couple out there. Man, they danced all night, so I was doing really good. It was one of my best sets. I had to fill almost 4 hours of music, and I killed it. I was really excited. So I was riding really high after that event, man. It was really good. So if you know anybody getting married and you want to book Dumb for their wedding or for your private event, just go to clevelandreception.com. You can book Sean Street Entertainment. That's clevelandreception.com. Or, of course, you can always just email me. Actually, don't email me here. Go to clevelandreception.com. But if you forget it, you can always email me. Yesterday, and I got some videos we'll get to here in a sec, but I just wanted to show that cool little thing that happened for me this week. Oh, no. Oh, no, Mikey.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no. I did something here. Oh boy.
You tried to show a picture.
I tried to show. Oh, there we go. Now it's gone. I fixed it. Okay, good. We're good to go.
I thought maybe the chat fell off. I thought maybe we were streaming. I never know what's going on.
No, I went to. So I was going to show this picture. I went to the Guardians game with my boys this weekend. We had a great time. It was where did that thing go? I had a little playlist put together and I accidentally closed it. I wanted to show. Anyway, who cares? Just pictures of kids at a baseball game. Took the boys to a baseball game. It was a lot of fun. Got to see a couple home runs. The Guardians won. They basically dominated the whole game, so it was just a fun game. The pitchers were striking everybody out. There's so many home runs. The kids had a great time. Kids are so cool these days. At least my kids and the kids that I picked up. It was me, my two sons, and one of their friends, who's one of the boys. There's like a crew. My two sons have three other friends that they all hang out online and play and game together. And,
nice.
Yeah, and one of them doesn't even live in the city that they live in, and so they all just kind of, it's so cool. I love it. They have this cool little group, and so the boys, one of the boys came, and so that was a really good time watching the game. And when I was there, I took them to go get snacks and stuff, and they all wanted something different. So I made it fun. I didn't no, we got to go to one thing. So one wanted nachos. One wanted a hot dog, the other one wanted burger. So I said, all right, let's do it. If you guys don't mind waiting in the line a little bit, and fortunately it wasn't too busy, so Rini quit squeaking. We were able to do it, but every one of them, they all pulled out their own money to try to pay for it. Yeah, they all did, and I was like, get out of here, guys. I think I can handle it. But it was just cool that they were all just.
Nice gesture.
Exactly. They didn't have to do that, and they all work for they all have little side hustle jobs, so they try to do that for themselves and everything, and so they have
there's hope for the future. That this generation might actually want to work. It's not like the generation before mine there.
Yeah, no. Well, I definitely don't think that's going to be a problem for I know my older son. He loves working. I mean, he loves making money, and he knows the way to do that is to work. So he's ready. He put his nose down, and he's always asking when he can come DJ. So he's really matured and really looking forward to kind of grinding. But the younger one, he still likes the game. So that's about all he likes to do is play video games. So, but yeah, it was a great crowd. I got lucky. I got lucky twice. I got lucky on Saturday with the great crowd in my wedding, and then got lucky we beat the rain on Sunday. When I had to go pick up the kids before the game, I thought the game was at 1:05, and then I just happened to hear on the radio that they moved up the time to 12:40. I was like, "What? How are we supposed to know that? They just expect us to wake up." I've never ever heard of a baseball game getting moved up because of rain. Maybe that's common.
No,
I've never heard of it before.
That too.
Never in my life. So they moved the time up to be able to get the game in, and so that meant I had to drive about 100 miles an hour to get out to go pick up the boys to make it back in time to try to make it for first pitch. We literally missed the first pitch. The first pitch happened right as we were walking through the gate, so we didn't get to watch the first pitch. But it was cool. Oh my God, parking is so ridiculous. It was like $60 to park. So of course, I didn't want to pay that much. So I started looping around. And I just happened to find a parking spot. So I'm all pumped. So I park in this parking spot. Of course, when we come out, parking ticket. Apparently I'd parked in a two hour only parking, and I somehow missed it. But it was only $25. So I'll call that a win. $25 versus 60. Yeah. So
net positive.
that works out for me. That worked out for me. So yeah, we were up in the bleachers, got some sun. Oh, I did see something.
That's your first game with the new pitchcock. The pitchcock.
That's exactly what I was just about to say. The pitch. Yes, I loved the new pitch clock. It was great. The game moved so quick. It really did make a huge difference. The only problem is beers, which is good because I was driving the kids, so I couldn't drink as many beers as I would normally drink. But it really makes you have to drink if you're gonna want to get a little buzz on at the game. You got to get those in pretty quick because they cut you off at the seventh inning at any of these places.
They do not do that anymore.
Oh, they don't? I just assumed. I didn't even go down and try to get another beer. I also was, I said, I was driving, so I wasn't drinking.
Yeah, they don't do that anymore. Concessions go through the end of the game.
Everywhere? Really?
Pretty much. Yes.
Oh, well, that's
Somebody confirm in the chat. But I am 90% certain that was one of the concerns with these major league stadiums with shortening up the games a little bit, is that they were going to lose out on concessions.
Okay. Okay. Well, the point of ending it in the 7th inning though was so people wouldn't drink and drive, not because
It's like the amount of alcohol. I guess they do it the time-wise. Like, don't they do that in hockey stadiums too?
I don't know. I just thought that it made sense to me that they're like, okay, we're going to cut people off in the 7th inning or whatever, because if they stay here, which you were hoping they do, they're going to be able to sober up a little bit before they drive, if they're going to drive. But now it's just binge drink as much as you can in the shortest period of time that we have now, and then we'll push you out the door completely hammered. That makes
cash rules everything around you.
Wow, boy, they've really loosened things up here.
I'm almost certain. I really am, because I know it, at least where I was at, and I was taught, because the minor league stadiums adhere to all the same rules as the MLB stadiums now too. Like, girls can't take in purses that are, bigger than this tiny little thing. And I remember I tried to go get ice cream in like the middle of the 8th inning, and I was surprised that all the concessions were still open and they were still serving beers and stuff.
That's pretty neat. Well, they probably should start cutting, if they're doing that at boxing matches, they should probably start cutting them off early. I don't know if you saw any of this, Mikey. Did you see the Mayweather Gotti? Did you see the actual fight itself? Floyd Mayweather fought John Gotti III this weekend in one of those exhibition fights where, like he did with one of the Paul brothers or whatever.
Yeah, he's like doing this with like no promotion now. Like, normally I hear about something like this going on beforehand. I think he's just having fun fighting these people. Like,
he was smiling and laughing.
I would have thrown that on. I would have thrown that on and watched it.
Well, you would have seen a pretty incredible event take place if you'd actually watched it. And here, I'll show you what happened, Mikey. Let's see if I can get this thing to work. Let's see if it actually works here. All right, cool. Here we go. So this is that fight. That's the end of the fight. So the ref tries to stop them from fighting. They keep fighting. Or I guess Gotti kept fighting. And then just an outright brawl. That's just why I love this. I found this one because I couldn't see. Look at, there's just so many punches being thrown in this corner of them trying to smush Gotti. Then some random skinny dude jumps in the back like he's going to do something about it.
Yeah, the money team is huge. I look at.
The guy. Oh, look at that. Oh man. I actually didn't see this part of it. And of course, we don't condone violence here on Another Dumb Show. I just want to make sure I express that we do not condone violence here on Another Dumb Show. I just want to condone that. So as we enjoy this great boxing match.
Oh shit, it carried on out into the stands.
Yeah, that was pretty good. So you can see right at the beginning where where it picks up. The ref had just, I don't think you can see the waving at this point because they start. Yeah, so right before this point, and I couldn't get the spot where you could actually see the ref. The ref has now tried to break them up, right? He's called the fight. I don't know why they called the fight. You didn't watch it, Mike, so you don't know. Do you know why?
Well, I saw the end of the fight. I saw the other video clip of it why he waved the fight off. There was a few times where Gotti was coming in and he was putting him in a headlock, and they would not split up when he was saying split. So both fighters stopped listening to the officials' guidelines, and
I'll say
then he waved it off. And as soon as he waved it off, Gotti sidestepped the ref and went running after him.
All right, that's exactly where we pick up then. He's right there. He sidesteps the ref. Gotti goes after Mayweather. Then this gigantic dude says, no, get away from my boy. And Gotti says, okay. He just literally backs up, okay. I mean, he's fighting the best boxer in the world, like a guy that he's not afraid to fight at all, Floyd Mayweather, right? He's going toe-to-toe with him. Then this just giant man jumps in the ring with him, and he backs away like a little bitch. That was so strange to me. Like, if you're a fighter, you would think he would have just, okay, fine, boom, 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 blow your combo on that guy. But no, I think he realized he had bitten off way more than he could chew at that point, and the chaos ensues. Yeah, this is crazy. My favorite part is, look, this guy in the green, like, he's going to do something. Like, what is he going to do, dude? Yeah, but the money team, they're no joke. They're you don't want to mess with those dudes. But then that was not the end of it. It continued.
It escalated after that.
Yes, so I said I don't think there should be drinking at boxing at this point, because there was that, and then afterwards there were so many different fights. Let's see. Here's this one that I found where the money team and Gotti's team. And Gotti, this is John Gotti. We're talking mafioso John Gotti. I mean, we're talking legit the Don of the, what is the name of that family? Gambinos? Is that what they were? Is that the name of that family that he was in charge of? I think. I don't know. I'm never, I'm a fake Italian, but not that much. I like red wine and pasta. That's as far as it goes for me. You're supposed to know that stuff, Mikey.
No.
That's where you yell at me and say, I don't know everything about Italian people.
The Sopranos.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So here's the other fight that happened backstage with Gotti's team and Mayweather's team. So I think that's where you had said, it looks like it went off the side of the ring. I think this is where it ended up off the side of the ring. Boom. Big guy. Now there's hold on. I'll pause this.
Oh, this dude. Oh, he's the one that got tagged too.
Who is the black
guy
dude?
in the striped shirt.
Yeah.
Took a really hard lick at the beginning of that video.
That's what there's right before this video, actually, there's another part of it. Before this big giant bald guy comes in, and I don't know what happened to it. I had it and I somehow must have deleted or something, but there's a little section before this where that black guy with the braids, he starts fighting people. And again, we don't condone violence here. This is bad. We just want people to drink and have a good time. Anyway, he starts punching somebody. He's fighting this guy. And then it kind of stops for a second because this big bald guy comes over and he clears everyone out. And then out of nowhere, this dude, the guy in the braids, decides, I'm going to come back in again and go after guy in the stripes. Boom! Bombs him like a sucker punch. And then Stripe guy says, you know what? Let me tell you what I think of that. He tries to shoot on him, which was a terrible shoot. The bombing continues. Another guy gets involved. The giant gets involved. Yeah, the mountain's there. He starts crushing people. He's taking people's heads and crushing them. There was knees flying, and that's a great move. I'm a big fan of a good knee. I remember in 8th grade, I got into a fist fight, and I threw a knee at a dude, and it worked. Right after, I blasted him with the knee, and then he actually laughed because he wasn't expecting me to knee him. It was that we kind of laughed it off, and we were actually friends after that. It was one of those kind of fights. And then there was another fight with backstage. I do. Now I have to say part of it is blurred because there were tatties flying everywhere. So it's mostly unblurred, and there'll be parts where it'll just kind of cut to a full blur for a sec. But that's because this love and hip hop star. Do you know her name, Mikey? I don't remember her name offhand. Jackie or Josephine or something like that. I had her name here up a second ago, but I lost it. But Josephine, I believe. Where'd that go? You sent it to me. I read it, and then I lost it. Here we go. So, all right, I had clicked the wrong one. Anyway, this love and hip hop chick, she ends up going to this fight and apparently went there with full intention of getting into a fight with some other chick. I don't know if it's a chick from the show or what, but this is all black Twitter stuff. that I think is
Yeah, I
above
had
my
no
pay
idea
grade.
I had no idea who these women were or anything like that. I thought like I had no
Yeah,
idea.
I like to think I'm fairly down, but I believe that this has exceeded my downness. So I wasn't totally familiar with who these people are, but it was very interesting to watch. Really, some of the trashiest stuff I've ever seen. But I mean, those guys fighting were trashy too. I don't mean to say just because they're women they're trashy, but boy, is this whole thing some trash. Watch this.
Jocelyn Hernandez fighting everybody in this bitch.
So Jocelyn is this, you'll see her come up in this little real bright colored dress. She's beating up this other little bae or whatever. Got her in a sweet headlock. And then there's tatties flying.
Hey, stop that girl, man.
Top that girl. I mean, it's just not a fair fight when the girl gets her top taken off. That's still side. I think that counts, right? Thought I blurred that. Damn it.
Yeah, that's still blurred.
Yeah, I thought that was
Side
blurred.
don't count.
Yeah, okay. I don't think we saw any areola.
Hey, I'm good, but they let
No.
this girl beat the fuck out this girl.
But just look at, how do you stop this? He's yelling at her.
It gets into her face.
She's what? And then she's yelling.
Hey, come over here. Get over here. Get out of here. Get it. Hey, who you with? Hey, yo, get her out of here, bro. Hey, get her
This
out
is
of here.
insane.
Big man, get her
I
out
can't
of
believe
here.
what I'm watching.
Who is this girl? What the fuck is
Who
security?
is this girl?
Hey, Jocelyn. Hey, stop the fight, bro. Get her out of here. 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 Yo, get her out of here. Jocelyn, baby, stop. Please.
I might have to go back and fix some of this. Oh well. What are you gonna do?
Hey, my man.
Well, then they keep going. She finds her again, beats her down some more.
Man, Jocelyn will not stop fighting this bitch.
This Jocelyn girl came there ready to fight. I found a news story. Well, she got arrested, by the way, at this point. She got arrested.
Man. Get Jocelyn. Hey, get that girl out of here, man.
Yeah, so you get the gist of
I
it.
went around the rabbit hole on this fight afterwards.
Well, let's hear it.
And there's another clip of her, and she is walking around slapping everybody to find that girl. But like before she found her and went running into her, she was hitting this white security guard in the face as hard as she could.
I saw that. There were so
And
many
then
small
there was some
clips of
random
it.
girl walking by, and she just bopped her in the back of the head and kept walking.
Did you see the guy
She
that
just wanted to smoke for anybody.
chased that other girl? A guy ran and chased the girl that got beat up and slapped her in the back. A dude slapped that girl then too.
Yeah.
That shit was just
Skinny
absolutely,
little dude, too.
yeah, it was out of control. It was absolute chaos. So, yeah, I think they should probably, I mean, the girl, what's her name? That Jackie girl. And I had this story here. I swear there was where's that story I had here? She had posted that she was on her, like she planned on going to beat her up. So she's screwed. I mean, she posted that she's going to have to see me, which is straight up threat and premeditated beating or whatever. So she's screwed.
Yeah.
Totally screwed.
There's a video of Mayweather afterwards, and he's smiling and laughing, and he goes, "I'm not a fighter anymore. I'm an entertainer." Is this not entertaining? It's everything that you wanted.
I love it. Boxing is so great.
That's all the way to the bank.
I love boxing, even with the spectacle that we just witnessed. I like boxing so much more than UFC. I don't know what it is about it. Something to me. Oh yeah,
I
it's
like the old school of it.
I love it. I don't know if it's old school. I feel like it's the sweet science is more. There's more technicality than there is in UFC to me. Like in UFC, yeah, you have to have technique.
In boxing.
Sorta, yeah. Like it's more of a chess match, I guess, if that makes sense
like a
to me. It's
dancing
like a
match.
literally, yeah, and they're dancing with. I love it. I love a great boxing match. It's like obviously they're hanging all over each other and stuff. That gets a little old, but sometimes it's cool when they're beating each other up and you're getting the rabbit punches and stuff like that. But I really enjoy the time Like, yeah, I saw you had mentioned that you had some good nostalgia this weekend watching a 30 for 30 thing, and that's one of like the most, I guess, so maybe it is kind of the old school part of boxing is kind of nostalgic for me because it reminds me of the Tyson and Lennox Lewis and Evander Holyfield and kind of the heyday for me.
The precipice of boxing. For me, it was you're a little bit older than me, but for me, it was like Bernard Hopkins, Roy Jones Jr.
Oh, that's when it was great. I loved all that. I watched all those dudes. That was, but I was more of a heavyweight dude. I like the big guys, so that was my thing. Was I just gonna show you? There was something I had. Totally forgot what I was gonna show you. Hold on, I had a note. I totally forgot what I was gonna show you. Anyway, never mind. But yeah, so speaking of UFC and MMA, another ridiculous thing happened this weekend with speaking of Floyd Mayweather as well. And I think I misspoke earlier and said Mayweather had an exhibition fight. Did he fight Jake Paul, or they're gonna fight, or they just have a tiff?
No, he fought Logan Paul.
He did, okay, he fought Logan Paul, and him and Jake Paul have beef because Jake Paul stole his hat off his head.
Yeah.
It's okay, so yeah, so there's that beef. But, so I meant to say he fought Connor McGregor. Now, did you see what Connor McGregor did this weekend?
Yeah, he went a little too hard.
Yes, this guy. Like, so, and people are really kind of up in arms that, so Conor McGregor was at the Miami Heat game this past weekend. The Miami Heat are in the playoffs. I don't know if they did they show this during the game?
No, I did not see it during the game. I saw him in the red velour suit looking like a G.
Yeah, so yeah, he's all pimped out or whatever in his what is this, velvet suit? And he's on the sidelines watching, and they involve him in some sort of skit, which I don't understand when we're living in a world where you really can't do anything that's even borderline controversial in like the kind of public eye if you are like a major organization like the Miami Heat, where you bring somebody who's been arrested multiple times for assault, you bring him in to do a skit where he does this to your mascot. Boom. So Conor McGregor just drops their mascot, and then wasn't enough, punched him one more time while he was down. So here it is again. He boom. Now look how hard he hits this dude. I cannot believe. So this guy ended up going to the emergency room because he got hit so hard by Conor.
Yeah.
And now, and so people are actually, questioning the Miami Heat and their judgment on why they would even do this promotion with Conor McGregor. And I don't blame them, because this was really stupid. Really stupid.
And
you bring one.
He could promote his CBD spray.
Is that what it was?
Pain relief spray. Yeah, that's what he was spraying on him at the end. It was some pain relief spray, some stuff called Tidal. He's been pimping from his Lamborghini yacht.
Is he like friends with somebody that runs the Heat or something like that? I can't understand why in the world they would have done that.
He's a spectacle. He's a spectacle. He's down in Miami. I think he's been down in Miami doing the. Oh no, The Ultimate Fighter was filmed in Vegas, so I don't know what he was doing in Miami. Probably just getting camera time.
That's what I'm saying. This is a coordinated thing, and I think they were absolutely stupid of them to do that, and because he's such a, he's fun to watch or whatever, but he's a complete. And Christina, I see in the trash, they say Conor is total trash. Yes, he's clearly he's a piece of trash. He's a dirtbag. I mean, it's just like when after he got his leg broke. Or he broke his own leg, I guess, when he kicked that guy. When he was on the ground talking about that dude's wife, talking shit about her. I mean, that guy is just the worst. I just don't understand why they would have brought him in for that at all. I see Amanda is in there. Go ahead.
I watched that documentary on Netflix about Conor McGregor, and he became more likable, and I don't like that I like him now.
I think I probably avoided watching. Well, don't remember, they're presenting that to try to make you like him. That's the whole purpose of, editing.
Yeah, I know.
You can make me look like the greatest guy in the world, and I'm a piece of garbage. It's just however you edit it together, you know what I mean? According to B1 at least. I see in the chat, I see Amanda is in the chat. And I know people were asking her to call into the show because to talk about something that went down with her. And I actually am interested in this because, like I said, I haven't really, Pat Wooey said it was fake. Yeah, it was fake, Pat Wooey. That whole thing was fake. It was staged, but he hit the guy so hard, he ended up in the ER. It's just ridiculous. So, Amanda, I want to see one of your planters. I know you're kicking butt with your putrid planter business. But one of the few times I listened to RMG in the past, I don't know, 6 months. And I don't mean that as a dig. It's just hard for me to listen because I miss hanging out with my dude and joking around with him in the phone screen room, the fart box. But I heard something about Amanda being on house arrest for some sort of altercation with her children and like a bully maybe or something along those lines. So Amanda, I'd love to hear this story. If you want to call 844-HIT-DUMB, that's 844-448-3862. I know you might be, oh, perfect. See, Christina even wants her to call in. So I would love for her to call. I do believe the phones are working. Somebody give a test call just in case, just to make sure it's working. I'd appreciate it. But I think it's working. They should be working. They were working earlier. They were working pretty damn good earlier, actually. So give us a jingle. See if these things are working. I am hoping, yeah, they're working. So Amanda, call. Come on, Amanda. See, Andy wants you to call. Christina wants you to call. I gotta hear the story. Something along I knew, or something about you were cutting Jeffrey's hair or something like that. We'll promote the putrid planters all day long. I just got to know the story. I got to know what happened.
Yeah, I missed the story too. I don't even remember hearing about it.
Yes, I see Jeff Gordon, one of my grooms. He said call in. He's part of the RMG crew as well, I believe. Jeff
Andy,
Gordon
the answer is all of them, my friend. All of them.
What was the question? Oh, Mikey, how many?
Bulls?
A lot of lavender happening over there. That's right, Tony P.
Yeah.
I like it. 844-HIT-DUMB. That's my dude. Ooh. Maybe that's her. Phones are ringing. All right. Hi, you're on another dumb show. Who's this?
Hey, it's Amanda. How are you?
Yes. Hey, Amanda. What's going on?
Yeah.
What's up, Amanda?
Nothing. I think I can talk about it now. Everything has kind of died down with this.
Oh, okay. So,
I don't know,
Amanda,
we'll find out.
for those of you who don't know, and I imagine most of you know if you were watching another dumb show the first go round, Amanda was, she's a fan of RMG. She cut Jeffrey's hair. She listened to another dumb show and watched another dumb show, and she said I inspired her to start her own business. So she took dolls and chopped the heads off of them and turned them into planters and called them putrid planters and started her own business. So that made me, you're one of the people after you had said I inspired you when everything went down and I stopped doing the show. I felt so bad. I was like, Jesus Christ, I got people telling me I inspired them and now I'm not doing my job. No, seriously, that's why I felt so bad about everything. And when it first happened, I was like so mad and like, we got to have a commitment to the show. I was so mad because like that's why I was freaking out about everything.
I did this and like this whole thing last summer when I started. I was able to pay for both my kids' Christmas presents and then both of their like birthdays. So it like floated everything without having like a real job. I was able to do this.
That's
And
great. Well, it is a real
everybody
job.
loves
Don't
these things,
don't
so-
sell yourself short. That is a
Well,
real
I mean,
job.
It's like a hobby job. A hobby jobby. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's cool though, but I'm doing it again, and I've got I've tripled the amount of dolls, and I'm literally surrounded by dolls right now, looking at me, ready to work on them some more.
That's insane. So are you still meeting random people to go pick up dolls from them? And like, have you gotten caught in any weird hoarder houses yet or anything again?
No, everything so far this time around has been pretty normal, except, well, no, there was a hoarder house. This lady, I think she was a landlord, and I don't know what happened. It was some house in Parma, and she just sold me a whole bunch for $130. Turned out a lot of them were worth more than, $1 alone was worth more than what I paid for $75.
Oh,
so,
cool.
I got lucky on that, but I mean, you know what though? Half of this proceeds that I'm making from this batch, it's going to go to St. Jude's.
Oh, wow, good for you.
You know what I mean? So,
Oh,
like,
sweet.
half of this I'm not even going to keep. I'm just going to give it to them because, yeah, well, a friend of mine, her son is at St. Jude's, and I'm like, I'm going to totally just give you guys half of it.
That's great. Now, Diz is asking if you've capitalized it and like put together a website or anything like that.
No, I wish I could, but, like, my little guys, my kids keep me so busy
I get it.
that I barely have time to do this.
I'm sure there's somebody who could probably get a hold of you and like help you out with that. Honestly, it's once you get it up and running on, I think it's probably kind of would run itself for the most part, other than kind of handle it. And then you might get to a point where you're getting so many orders that that's your job, and because I think that's a really, and at this point too, you could probably use AI. Like I've seen so many videos about how people are using AI to generate money doing just goofy things like coffee mug designs and t-shirt designs, just using AI. So, I mean, there's so many things that you could utilize with that to maybe help you come up with ideas for how to do things with the dolls or whatever. So there's, different design ideas that you could do. You could turn it into a t-shirts, putrid planner t-shirts. I mean, you have so many different options right there because it's a unique thing that I've never heard of anybody else doing this. And I think if you got
I've only had like only a handful of people don't like it, and they told me that my art is garbage art. And I'm like, whatever.
Oh,
Screw you.
stop.
It's not
That's-
garbage art. Everyone loves it. And
Everybody, people said that about Jackson Pollock, and he's one of the most famous artists of all time. You know what I mean? So it's just, I think you should definitely keep doing what you're doing, and then slowly, step by step, take little small incremental steps to help yourself grow. Because I really truly believe that you got a cool little business idea there that I think as more and more people find out about it, they're going to rip you off. So you got to get out ahead of it because it is something that other people could get their hands on and do. So if you get out ahead of it and
it's really easy, but it's the time. Yeah.
It's time consuming, of course, but I mean, as far as, if you can somehow get a way to market it more and get yourself more orders, next thing you know, your hobby is a full-blown business where you're not only paying for Christmas and birthday presents, you're paying for the rent. You know what I mean? So that kind of stuff, that's the whole point. You know what I mean? You grow your business. You don't want to just keep it stagnant. Trust me, it's frustrating when that happens. You want to keep it doing this. You know what I mean? Because we were doing this, and then we did this. So, and that was because of everything went down with me personally and stuff like that, and I let it affect me. So it sounds like you've had a lot of personal things going on. And I'm wondering if maybe that might have something to do with everything.
No,
So
it totally is, and I think I'm allowed to talk about it now, honestly, because it's so insane. And I wanted to call in with Rover, but I know how he is, and I know he'll turn it, and it's not what I want it to be because. Okay, so my son,
Well, remember, I'm very judgmental too, so keep that in mind.
I know, but you have kids and he doesn't. So
Okay, that's good point.
So, I mean, my son is 8, and he's a really cool, chill kid. He's really quiet.
Cool.
And he's been getting picked on by this kid since the beginning of the school year. And I'm like, here's the thing. You got to tell the teacher. You got to do what they want you to do. You have to tell somebody because this is their rules. And he's like, I'm telling somebody, but nobody's listening, and they're not doing anything. And half of me, I'm like, well, he is 8, so maybe I don't know if he is telling them or not. I don't know what's going on because I'm not there, to protect him. So I'm like, well,
and what is he saying is happening to him? He's being bullied?
This one kid, this kid in particular is picking on him and other kids. So he's not being singled out, which I felt like that's great, I guess, if you want to look at it that way. But this child is the same age as him, and he's telling my son and all the kids that he wants to choke them until they die.
Oh, geez.
And I'm like, listen, look, kids like that, like something's going on at home. It just doesn't make sense. Like kids just don't say that. I'm like,
True.
So maybe try being his friend. He might need to know what a friend feels like because he might have nobody, And he's like, okay, Mom, I'm trying, but he's just so mean. And he's making kids bleed. I'm like, he's making kids bleed and they're not doing anything? Like, what? And he's like, yeah, he's throwing kids across the room and into desks and pantsing people in the bathroom. And it's just like, he's really mean. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm done. I'm going to talk to the principal. So I reached out to her multiple times. I reached out to the vice principal multiple times, the school SRO officer, which he never called back. I reached out to the superintendent. She also never called back. I reached out to his teacher and to the school counselor and everybody you're supposed to. Like, I did everything.
Yeah.
And normally I'm just like, I'll handle it myself. You know what I mean?
Right.
But you don't want me to, but I will. So I'm like, no, this is what they want you to do. Let's follow the rules. Let's set an example that I'm a good person and you're a good person. Let's do what they want. So the thing is, when you communicate with teachers now, everything's through an app. So I have hard copies of everything that has been talked about back and forth between everybody and myself.
Who did you hear back from any of them at all?
Yeah, the principal and the vice principal.
Okay.
And they kind of like, they brushed it under the rug like, okay, well, anyways, you know, they just blew it off like nothing happened. And I'm like, no, this is a problem. And they wanted to start like clubs and stuff instead. Like, they're like, well, maybe he needs a club. And I'm like, no. I'm like, something's happening. I'm like, can I have a meeting with the parents? Because I'll sit down with them. You know, like, I'll go head to head with them.
Yeah,
and
they don't like that.
We can't do that. We can't give. I'm like, well, you guys don't give us any kind of communication with other parents. Like, I can handle this. It's not like I'm a horrible person. I know how to talk to another human being.
Right.
Like, but you got to give me that opportunity. They're like, well, we can't even do that because it goes against like the privacy or something.
Well, they just don't want you to, and they don't want it to escalate beyond, you know, they want to handle it and handle their discipline their way. And
I get it, but don't you think like they should have a mediator at that point, you know? Like, that's all
maybe
I was asking for.
I feel like that's something that they would do is bring both sets of parents in and then have the principal there, and then you even maybe after the two parents talk, you then bring the boys in or the kids, I'm assuming they're boys, and they sit down and they hash it out. I mean, that's the way it was. I got in so many fights and stuff when I was a kid, and I don't know that I don't think my parents ever did any kind of meeting like that where we had like a mediation with other parents or anything like that. But I feel like I've only seen that on TV, but I feel like that's a thing that people do. It makes sense to me.
I've had one of those meetings when I was a kid.
That's not how we used to do things, right?
What, like you were at Mikey, you had a problem with a kid at school, and so your parents and their parents got together?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that the one kid that I was having problems with, it was kind of similar to what Amanda was talking about. The kid was kind of bullying kids and stuff like that. And he would like run up behind you in the hallways and punch you in like the kidney and stuff like that. It had to be like, I don't know, 5th grade. Is that, how old's your kid? What? No, that's a little bit older, right? 10, 11 years old.
Grade.
2nd grade. Oh, geez.
All right.
He's 8.
Yeah, that's young. So yeah, and it all came to a head one time.
Ridiculous.
And me and him got into a little spat in like one of the little donut hole parties or whatever. And I remember I was throwing donut holes across the room at him and yelling things. I was going to shove one down his throat or something like that. I don't know. And then his parents had to come in. My parents had to come in. And he was actually taken out of my class and put into a different class with a different teacher right next door.
Well, that's what should have happened now. Well, see, here's the thing. Like, when I talked to the vice principal, he's like, I know who you're talking about, and that's all I can say. I can't say much of anything else. We've already talked to his parents, and they've seemed to respond to us very well. And I'm like, okay, well, obviously stuff is still happening because I've been calling you guys and messaging, you know, for months, and this is still happening. So, I mean, I admit that I'm dumb. I have rage problems sometimes. So at the point where nobody's listening to me, I felt like I'm in a fucking corner. Excuse my language, but I felt like I was backed into a corner and I'm like screaming, what the hell do I do? So in February, literally it was February 14th, I just saw red. I don't know why, because my son came home and was telling us more stuff because I'm like, this is insane because he comes home and he's angry. He's not the same kid. He's taking it out on all of us. It's domino affecting. There's like this negative energy in the house.
Oh, that's
and it's
no
like
good.
He doesn't want to go to school anymore. He wants to be late all the time. He doesn't want nothing to do with that school, and he's not happy anymore. He's just angry. And I'm like, I'm losing my shit because I bust my ass to make these kids like so happy and like
right.
Good humans.
Yeah, I understand. That's the goal as a parent is to make sure your kids are happy, and when they start to change because of stuff that's happening at school that you have no control over, that would make me insane. I would lose my mind.
Yeah.
So
well,
I get it.
I went insane. I messaged the principal. And
Uh-huh.
I wrote some shit. And I mean, I shouldn't have, and I know I shouldn't have, but basically I was like, that little kid is not going to see the daylight the next day or something. Like, it was some bullshit I wrote, and I wasn't even like, I was angry text, and I hit send instead of like, rereading it and not sending it. But after I sent it, I wrote I'm one frustrated to another, like saying she's a mother, because she is. I'm like, from one frustrated mother to another, you could understand, like, this needs to stop. And apparently that's what she turned into the police, because the next day I got a knock on the door, and they arrested me for aggravated menacing.
Whoa.
And I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm like, I don't have a record. I've never been in trouble. I don't even have a driving record or a speeding ticket, nothing. And the cops were like, look, we don't want to arrest you. We want to come here and tell you, stop it, knock it off, don't do this again. But the prosecutor is our boss, and he wants you in jail. Like, he is angry. And I'm like, no, I get that, because I, quote unquote, threatened a kid, a child, a minor. But this kid is like ruining our life in this house. And
right.
They were like, we are not, they were so on my side. They're furious to this day. They still come and check on me. They're like, what's going on? How are you? So anyways, I went to jail for the night. And
wow.
I was like, this is ridiculous. It's like, I can't believe I'm going to jail. My kids watch me get arrested. So not only do they see all this happening, now they see me get arrested for sticking up for him. Like, what kind of message are you sending? So I go to jail. The next morning I see the judge. They gave me a $10,000 bond, which is insane. They gave me an ankle bracelet, because they said I'm dangerous, so I need to stay 1,000 feet away from the school. And I said, what a minute, wait, my child goes to that school. How am I supposed to go get him and drop him off? What if something happens, like, the bully gets and picks on him and hurts him, and what am I supposed to do? They're like, well, you got to figure it out. Have someone else come and get him. I'm like, I am a stay-at-home mom. I can walk to the school. That's what we do. And they're like, well, then he's going to have to walk home himself or figure it out. I'm like, he's 8 years old.
Right.
Dude, you're going to have him walk across 2 main streets to get home? Are you insane? They're like, well, figure it out. So I'm like, oh, my God. So now I'm like, the ankle bracelet, and that's $420 a month to wear. So thankfully they got that off.
How long ago did this happen, by the way?
I got that off.
When did this all start?
This happened February 14th.
Okay. Oh, so fairly recently.
So
it's moved.
Yeah.
In the last 4 months.
We took him out of that school.
Okay, that was my next question. So in the last 4 months, all that's happened, and you had to get him out of there. Okay, go ahead.
We got him. Well, because he's scared, and he was like, "Mom, I'm scared to go to school now because they don't like you, so they're going to pick on me and they're going to take it out on me." And I'm like, "You're not wrong, and if you don't feel safe there, I don't blame you. Let's take you away." So I took him. He's in a different school, and he excelled even better. Like, the teachers and everybody are awesome at this school that he was going to.
Was this I don't need to know what district, but was this I know what it is, but what was this, a public school?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was.
okay,
It's really funny because the day I popped off is funny because I was listening to, funny enough, RMG, and there was a bully situation on there, and Rover was saying something about, we got to get kids in karate to whatever. And I remember sitting there because a caller called in from the same freaking city, the school district, and said some issues with her child. And I was like, wow, that's insane. And I look at my husband and I'm like, do you hear this? And he's like, yeah. And a few hours later, that's when I wrote the thing, and I popped off. And I mean, I regret it. I totally do. I shouldn't have done that.
Sure.
But at the same time, like, I love my kid that much. I went to jail for him.
No, I'm surprised. No, I honestly don't blame you for what you did, but I'm surprised that you said that you went for the kid. I'm surprised you didn't go right for, I'm going to show it my husband's going to show up and beat that kid's dad's ass or whatever. Like, that's what I kind of would have thought it would have gone to first. At least back in the day, I feel like that's kind of the way it would have gone. Maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like that would have been. What did your husband say about all this? Was he kind of, because I think I've met your husband. I think he's kind of a chill dude, so I don't think he's not like me and gonna.
No, I'm the one that will pop off. I'm Bethany,
right.
And I know it's bad. That's why I do these dolls. I'm like, I cut their heads off, and it makes me feel better, But like, He's on my side. He's like we both want to sue. If we had the money, we'd go after the school district, because if it wasn't, I mean, everything has just domino affected, and he's furious at the school system because this was unnecessary, like, to arrest me for this. And now my kids, when they play games, they're like, oh, look, I'm in jail. I'm like, stop it. And they think it's funny. And I'm like, no, it's not funny to say that. And I'm like, how do you get out of jail? And they're like, well, Daddy goes and pays for it. I'm like, no.
Oh, man.
I'm like, stop. But, like,
they know why, though. It's
made my son and I, but my son and I, we're, like, closer now because he saw that I'm like, I will do whatever I can to protect my kids. Like, I will go mama bear on somebody's sofa, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to put up with this shit. Like, you don't do that. But, and it's funny because the cops, when they come over here, they're like, they like to talk to me, and they're like, how are you doing? Like, how did this whole thing go? And I told them, and they're furious. Everybody in the court system that, besides the prosecutor, they're all on my side.
Yeah.
It's awesome to hear. Even the victim's advocate, she stepped in, and she has nothing to do with my case, but she saw this, and she's furious with the school system, and she's like, no, this is not okay. And, you know, tomorrow I actually have to go on probation now for a year too, which is
Are you
insane.
serious? So that's the final outcome?
I
was just going to say, what is the final judgment on all of this? You've been on house arrest, obviously, if you've been on the ankle bracelet.
No, it's not even, they took that off April 3rd.
Okay.
I'll tell you guys, tomorrow I have to call into, let's see, it's called the pre-sentence investigation, whatever the hell that is. I'm literally looking at the paperwork. So I have to call in that guy, and it says it's a community control officer, and I have no idea what that is, but I have to call him tomorrow at 3 o'clock. And then July 10th, I have to go back to court to do the plead, because they made me, I don't understand how all this works. They already made me plead, and they took it from aggravated menacing down to just menacing. So I don't understand why I have to go back to court on the 10th of July for something else.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm thankfully I've never gotten in trouble for anything like that, so I'm not sure how that all goes down. But good. I'm glad that you're on probation then. I think that's what a community control officer is, a fancy way to say probation officer. I think.
Have no idea. Yeah, and my lawyer did say, he's like, listen, if you get on, he's like, we're going to try to get you down to like 6 months of probation. He's like, obviously you don't get to, get into any trouble. You stay home. You're a stay-at-home mom. All you do is do this and take your kids to the zoo, and that's it. He's like, you're never in trouble, so this will be easy to get down to 6 months. And he's like, and we're also going to try to get it so that way it's like the easiest, that we can do. And I'm like, well, yeah, because I can't do 40 hours of like community service, and I'm kind of insulted if they make me do drug tests every month, because I know like you guys do things, but like I barely drink and I don't even smoke weed. I don't do anything. So I'm like, that's kind of crap if I have to do drug tests. And I told my lawyer, I'm like, please don't make me do drug tests, because I don't even do drugs, man.
Right. Yeah, don't keep saying that, though, because they're going to be like, well, she's obviously doing them. She's so adamant about not doing them.
Oh.
So
at that point, then I will do them, because I'm going to need it.
Just go deal with the drug test for the first month or two, and then it'll stop.
Yeah, because, once you're clean.
How much does that cost, though? Like, this is the other scary thing is, like, this whole thing has costed us so much money. Like, my 3-year-old is now ready to go into preschool at the beginning of fall, and we can't even afford to send him now because we have to pay for this. So now he can't go to preschool because of this school system.
Oh, man, I'm sorry.
I'm so screwed.
That sucks.
But it is what it, I mean, at the same time, I'm like, well, what are you going to do? I mean, I get to hang out with him for a longer time, whatever.
Yeah.
But I wanted to say, though, when my 8-year-old, when he was in preschool years ago, he had a little bully picking on him, and I was like, okay, this is my first kid. I don't know what to do. You tell the teacher. And she, quote unquote, fixed it, and she separated the boys. So it was still happening. So I was like, fuck this. I contacted the kid's mother, and I told her, and she was like, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. I did not raise my kid to be ugly like that with that behavior. Like, that's terrible. Tell your son to kick my son back. And I told my son, I was like, kick him back. And my son's like, I don't want to hurt anybody. That's not nice. I'm like, oh my God, who are you? I'm like, okay, that's cool. But the cool thing is that kid and my son are best friends now to this day, and her and I are best friends now still to this day. So
that's
I have
good.
proof right there that I can like handle this like an adult. I mean, I even had I think I had 20 letters of what do you call it? Like when people are on your side and they give it to the prosecutor. I can't think of
Like
the word,
write
but
letters
I have,
of
like, 20
recommendation or
letters.
referral or, you know,
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
even know, I don't know, whatever you
Yeah.
can call that.
I even
Testimony
have,
that you're not a piece of shit.
whatever it is. Basically, yeah, I'm not a piece of shit, and I had to write apology letters to the parents and to the principal, which sucked, but I did it because at the end of the day, what's it going to hurt if they need to hear what they need to hear to make this go away for me? Like, it's not going to change it, but it's one of those, like, just suck it up and just do it, even though I'm not really that sorry, but I did, you know what I'll say? Like, I've been parents, and I can see, I hate to even say it like this, but I can see why the kid is the way he is, because they're like Little House on the Prairie, like cult-like.
What do you mean?
You know, like there's something not right with those parents. Like there's something really, really strange.
I did get to that point. Did you ever get to like speak to them normally?
I finally met them.
You did? Okay.
Well, no, I didn't really get to. Because they wanted me to. They told me I had a protection order against them too, and I was like, I don't know what they look like. So how the hell am I supposed to stay away from somebody I don't even know? And when I finally did see them in court, I was like, oh, okay, I get it now, because the victim's advocate she hates going around them. She like hides. She says they give her the weirdest vibe, and she doesn't like them. She just doesn't like what they make her feel. She's like, they make me feel really bad or weird. And I thought she was nuts when she said that. And I'm like, well, I'm weird. So if you don't think I'm weird, these people must be really something else. So when I saw them, I'm like, oh yeah, like they're raising a serial killer. I'm telling you.
Well, I hope she doesn't. I hope that's not the case. Well, I'm honestly it sucks that you ended up. And I'd shout out to Brad in there. He just became a member of the League of Dummies. Shout out to Brad. I appreciate it, dude. And anybody who wants to become a member of the League of Dummies, all you have to do is go hit that little join button right underneath the video, right on the main page. It's very simple. So I think it's $1.99 a month. So we're happy to have more people join the League of Dummies. Matt, welcome. So whatever. That guy he lives his life. I live in that guy's headspace so much. It's fantastic. I love it. The amount of trolling and stuff and messages I get from him. And I know exactly why he's in here right now, because all the little dick bald nerds on Reddit, all their third-party APIs got turned off. So they all cut everything off today, and they all banded together and shut down their pages to show they're shadowing everything, and they're blacking it out, so they can't have their little dick communities together and talk about other people who are trying to be successful and have a fun life, and not just talk.
Who has this much time on their
talk
hands?
Shit about other people, and while they stroke their little dicks and read their comments. Oh, I got a like for my comment about not liking someone else. Somebody liked my comment about not liking someone else. Oh, my little pinky's doing so good.
For this, I don't understand who has time to do things.
It's so funny. As people are literally joining the League of Dummies, this guy's over here running his mouth. So Matt, we all know what happened to you. I'm sorry Reddit's down, or you guys decided to do your thing, and you can't be doing your little whiny Reddit bald guy little dick stuff, and you're stuck listening to your old pal Dumb. So, Amanda, I'm glad to hear that your kid is out of there and no longer being bullied, because I think in the end, after all this, like I know it costs you a lot of money and it all sucks and it's all a lot of hoopla. But in the end, you did accomplish your goal, which was keeping your kids safe. And so I guess,
and
long story short,
he's in karate now.
What's that?
He's in karate now, and unfortunately, therapy now too. But
that therapy's not bad.
You're right. He's safe. He's good.
Yeah, therapy's not bad for anybody, even if you're straight. Oh, wow! Huge super chat donation there from Blue Wolverine. Thanks, bro. I appreciate that. Wow, that's awesome. Thank you, guys. And that is always the best way to support the shows, through the super chats and the memberships. But Amanda, speaking of that, I want you to, the next time I hear from you about all this stuff, is I really want to make sure that I want to hear the next step for Putrid Planters, okay? Did you make an Instagram page just for Putrid Planters?
I have TikTok. I've been doing that a lot, going live on that with these planters. I've put a whole bunch of like all the videos that everything is on TikTok, and it's literally Future Planners. It's on TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it's on. Well, I tried with Instagram, but it wasn't hitting hard. But TikTok, I've been doing a lot better with.
But you do an actual account, not for like your personal account. Create one just for Putrid Planners, where you post only Putrid Planter stuff.
No, I haven't with Instagram.
You should do that. I think you should. I think you should do that because it is a very visual thing. You know what I mean? The planters.
Yeah, we need to link up. I need some of these Putrid Planners. I got the new place and everything like that. I definitely need to spruce it up. I need some things to make it not look so much like a bachelor pad.
Oh, perfect. Well, you can do that.
Carrie from Rochester bought one.
Carrie did? Dude did?
From Rochester bought one. Yeah.
Nice. Well, there you go.
Rochester, she bought one.
Well, Mikey just saw his thing pop up. If you want to get a hold of Mikey, you can connect with him there. I don't know what I just did with it. I just pulled it up. But yeah, Mikey, you
I'll
can
hit you up on Instagram. I definitely need some.
Perfect.
Okay, yeah, we're friends on there. Yeah.
Perfect. All right. Well, Amanda, thank you for calling and telling your story. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
I'm surprised. I'm like I said, I'm sorry you had to go through all that, but in the end, I guess, like you said, it is better that your kid is safe, and despite all the therapy and everything. Oh, I did want to say something. Be careful with the karate, because my kids take karate, and they're actually pretty decent at it, to be honest with you. Yeah. But it's a double-edged sword, because my older one got into a scuffle with a kid, and when he did it, he was, well, he basically, everything ended up he being okay. He didn't get in too much trouble for it. Thankfully, he learned his lesson, and it hasn't happened since. But while he was in the scuffle with this kid, he was just doing his karate moves and teasing him. So the kid kept trying to punch him, and he's just wax on, wax off, just paint the fence with this kid, and serve the pizza, and just blocking all this kid's moves. And making fun of him at the same time, going, "What's the matter? Why can't you hit me? What's wrong? What's the matter? You trying to hit me? Come on, try to hit me, you punk." So yeah, it's a double-edged sword there. So be very careful with the karate, because once they know how to use it, if they decide to use it the wrong way, it could get them and you in a lot of trouble. So, Amanda, I wish you all the best moving forward. No, well, I was just gonna say, keep us updated. Let us know what happens with you moving forward and the case and whatever the community person does if you have to take drug tests.
Well, that's tomorrow. I have to reach out. I have to call the probation guy at 3:00. So yay.
Okay. Well, if you feel up to it and you've, hopefully some good news, I would love to hear from you with an update. All right.
Well, I'm allowed to talk about it now, as far as everything goes, because it's pretty much done and over with. Jeffrey just kind of screwed me on that one. That's why I was like, I don't know if I can talk about it.
Oh, speaking of Jeffrey,
Jeffrey did Jeffrey.
He called me I got a call from him, I think it was yesterday or the day before. He wanted a picture of his wife, B1, B2, and the other lady, Dr. Goldschmidt, Dr. Matt, right? Goldschmidt? Right? I have my aunts, I have family that are named Goldstein. So I'll get them mixed up. So Goldschmidt, right? Dr. Matt. Yeah, who gives a shit? One of the people from his office went on the trip, a girl. So Jeffrey, I think, wanted some spank material, and he called me to ask me if I had this picture, because I don't know what else he's going to do with it unless he's going to just post it, and because he has been weird in posting stuff lately. But I guess I don't know. He just called me out of the blue asking for it. So
I legit don't talk to him anymore. After that, he pissed me off in February. That's been it. I'm done.
Oh, wow. Jeffrey, all these people getting out of Jeffrey's life. All right, Amanda, I will talk to you hopefully tomorrow. Good luck, okay?
All right, thanks.
All right, bye. Oh, wow, that was a lot. Sounds a little familiar. Glad things didn't turn out one way. Other ways for other people who might ran their mouth a little bit too much. Mikey, I do have to wrap things up here, but real quick, the other day, you talked about orcas and how orcas are out of control. Did you see there's been another
boats?
Did you see there's been another video that just came out today?
I did not.
Yes. So
drop it on me.
All right, so we'll start off with like kind of where this all started, the original kind of like when this kind of caught traction. And I'm also going to tell you, and I'll tell you at the end of this, why I believe now, because of this story in particular, that I am psychic. So I'm going to play this, and here we go.
Orcas were spotted working together to sink 3 boats near Gibraltar, puzzling marine biologists who have suggested that the behaviour may be learned from one female orca named Gladys, who may have had a traumatic and painful encounter with a boat, such as a collision or being trapped during illegal fishing, and then helped teach the others how to team up and ram into boats with heavy blows. A witness said the younger orcas struck the boat from the back, while the large one rammed from the side. And 2 days earlier, 6 orcas attacked another sailboat, with the mother appearing to teach her calf how to ram into boats. Orcas are skillful hunters, yet no fatal attacks on humans by wild orcas have been recorded. There have been hundreds of mild encounters between orcas and boats in recent years in this area, where orcas remain endangered.
I saw that video back in the day where those 2 orcas...
That's wild how they do that, and they would break the ice from underneath to get the animals off of it.
They're evil,
This
man.
is one of the scariest animals in the world to me now. That is up there in the Mount Rushmore of scariest animals.
Okay, so let's dig into how crazy scary orcas can be. So let's watch this one that I found because I wanted to look into orcas and, you know, just kind of learn a little bit more about them. I don't believe there's audio for this one, but we'll just cut to it just to see. So I think this is real. Now, we talked about the drone views of swimmers and why I will not be going in the ocean anymore. And that was only because of sharks. Well, this video is 1,000 times scarier. We have a mother orca with her babies torturing and just playing with this swimmer in the water, swimming around this swimmer, literally exactly what my dreams are, my nightmares about sharks. This is it. I'm looking at my nightmare. It just comes up and kind of messes with your foot. Another one swims up and bumps into you, while the other one, you never know when if they're gonna bite you. They're just
It's so big.
They're just messing with you, and then you try to go the other way. And they're just, nope, we're going to make sure you can't get out of the water. So fake or not, this is what my dreams are. And I feel like I've seen these videos with sharks before, so I'm assuming this is real. But the thing that makes me think it's not is at this point when they now could get out, they're not trying to get out of the water. That's what kind of confused me and made me think that it might not be real. But there's my nightmares in a nutshell, Mikey. We'll call you Nike Mayfield. There you go.
There you go. I'll take it.
And here's another one that I found. And I think this one was one of the ones that kind of caught everybody. Like, we're like, oh my God, these orcas are out of control. And then I'll show you the one I found today. Hold on one second. I hit the wrong button. So here, hold on. Here is today's, or not today's, the other one I found. So these are little guys on doing some ice fishing in a little dinghy. And then just out of nowhere, just the water starts to ripple. The boat, boom! Can you imagine? Go! And then it's chasing them.
Get out! Look at the size of that fin. Get out of here.
That's what I'm saying.
Get out of here.
This is so scary.
No, my days in the ocean are done too.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
In the ocean from here on forward. I don't care what.
And now they're wooing because, like, I wouldn't be wooing. I'd be. I would have shit my pants. I told you it was coming. Wow, that's crazy. That thing is out of control. Jake, I'll put you back on hold. Get you in a sec. That was crazy. So yeah, that one really freaked me out. And then today, this is the new one that came out today that I found. That was actually kind of like, it kind of was, I think it's kind of just starting to go viral. I think I saw it on Barstool, but yeah, check this one out. So another orca has attacked another boat. Here it is. It's like a yacht, somebody's yacht. They're just shooting off the back of it, taking a picture, video, and the orca bites off the rudder and is just holding it, taunting him and saying, "We lost both rudders." I don't know if you heard that. He said, "We lost both rudders."
We lost both rudders.
Oh.
And this one, at least, like, it's not overly like aggressive in the way it does it, but it's clearly there to try to disable that boat. I mean, and hope that those people either end up in the water and they can eat them, or something. They're out of control. This is insane.
Yeah.
And so, what the weird
teaching other whales how to do it is the scary part, and this is something that's spreading.
Yeah, and exactly. This will tell you how smart these animals are, how sentient they are, and that they completely are aware of themselves, aware of their surroundings. Like, there's only a couple animals that recognize themselves in a mirror, and I'm pretty sure an orca is one of them, because there aren't, like, most animals don't. You know, you put an animal in front of a dog, or a mirror in front of a dog, they just, you know, they don't understand that that's them. But I think like an elephant, I think some apes, or all apes maybe, I don't remember. But there are only a few animals.
Dolphins got to.
I don't remember, but I know there are only a few animals that actually recognize their own reflection. And so, and orcas, I also saw this thing about, I saw that blackfish documentary or whatever, and how they would just be in their pods wailing, or in their cages wailing for these other, like, not wailing, like literally like making their whale noises for their family to come back, because they're aware that they're away from their family, and it's just, they're so smart that there's no doubt in my mind that they, you know, this is a concerted effort by these monsters of the deep to keep us out of their waters.
Free Willy, nope.
Well, they're smart. We're destroying.
They should have kept Willie in a cage.
That's awful. But no, they're so beautiful and so cool. You want to, you want to see them out there thriving. But I want to. It'd be nice to be able to play football in the surf. Jake, you're on Another Dumb Show. What's up, dude? And you can call Another Dumb Show 844-HIT-DUMB. Hey, dude, go ahead.
Hey, first, I got a question, but first I want to say I love that NASCAR shit you had going on Friday, I think it was.
Oh,
with
good.
Mikey commentating. That was a dope way to finish the Friday show. That was really cool.
I appreciate that. I thought it would be fun, kind of chill and just laid back and have a couple drinks and play some games. That's cool. I'm glad you like it. I wasn't sure. I know, actually, I haven't heard. When I first brought up doing a little gaming on the show, people were like, hard pass. And then I've had after I did it with you guys the other night, I had a few people say, that was kind of fun, just chilling and relaxing. So I'm glad you enjoyed it. Thank you for telling me that.
Yeah, it was a cool after show thing. It was cool. And then you might have answered it already. I didn't get to watch the beginning of the show, but my question is: Are these shows getting uploaded anywhere to listen to? Since I missed the beginning of the show, are they going on Spotify or anything like that yet?
They will be. I have to put together some sort of automated thing because I have a button I'm supposed to press to remember to record it every day. And I keep forgetting to press it until halfway through the show. So today's, no, unless I can, well, you know what? I take that back. I can't extract the audio from it and try to post that like that, but it sounds really, really bad. But you know what? It's better than nothing, I guess. So I do need to get that back up. But I've been trying to get small little things moving forward. Like today, I want to start getting clips up. Today, I posted a couple shorts of the clips to try to, because you want to get in that YouTube algorithm or whatever. So I posted a couple of those. So I got to get more highlight clips up for YouTube and then a podcast. So I literally have a list of little things I'm trying to implement every day. The problem is all these stupid technical difficulties. Is when I start trying to do all these things, something will break. And then I have to spend 3 hours trying to figure out what broke and why it broke and how to fix it and prevent it from happening again. So it's just like I said, a learning curve doing all this kind of video and audio engineering on my end. But yes, it will be up. I'm going to try to get it back up on, I think before we were doing it on iHeart. And I think we even had it up on Spotify too, and maybe even Apple Podcasts. So
yeah, it was on Spotify.
Okay, cool. So yeah, I'll get that back up there. I just have to do a better job of making sure I actually record it. And hopefully I'll have a day where I turn this all on and it doesn't, not work, and I can actually get some work done and get proper prep done, and also work on the little things I want, like the Cannaspondents. I been wanting to do the Cannaspondents. I've been holding off on doing it because I wanted to put all this production together for it. And then I was like, I don't have time for this shit. And I got too many other things to do, so we'll just look at the map for now until I can get around to putting all the production fun stuff together for it that I want to do. But in the meantime, Jake,
good things take time.
yeah, that's the point. And it's again, it's a one-man team here, so there's not 4 of us working on, or 7 of us working on stuff like the old show, and 3 of us like on the last go round with ADS. So, Jake, I appreciate your feedback, my dude, and I'm not sure if you're a member of the League of Dummies, but I appreciate you calling in. You guys know I love when you guys call. That's my favorite thing. So, I hope you have a good night, my dude. And we'll probably aim to do something similar. Yeah, you too, bro. We'll probably aim to do something similar on Friday, or just like maybe either a couple nights a week, because a lot of times that's after the show. After I do kind of the final up stuff, where, like I said, I got to start doing the podcast and all that. Once I can get into the rhythm of doing all that, because like I said, we've had all these technical difficulties where I'm stopping the show in the middle of the show and just kind of, piecemealing it together towards the end. Moving forward, hopefully at the end of the show, I can just get into the, get the post up, get everything posted, and then move on. And then, but then I want to play some games and I want to chill and relax. So if I can just chill and relax and play some games with you guys and you want to hang out, maybe we'll just end up doing both. So we'll see from there. I think that's it. I did see a story about a fat influencer. I didn't know this was a thing. There's actually a thing called plus size travel influencers.
I saw this video.
Did you? Oh, you did see this? Where did you see it? Did they talk about this on the show this morning or whatever? Because I feel like this was a show that
on YMH.
Okay, because I feel
they've been talking about this girl for a long time.
Okay, I just came across a story today that I cannot believe there's actually a thing. Actually, I'll just play the video for her. Here's her. Actually, you know what? It's late. I'll save it for tomorrow. I don't feel like playing it right now. I'm tired anyway, but it's getting late as it is, and I know you got to work early, so I'll let you get off, and we'll talk about this tomorrow. But yeah, there's
I'm just moving tomorrow. I might not be on tomorrow.
Okay, that's fine.
I should be able to get the internet up and running.
Whatever you can do. If you might pause, you're also gonna be tired from working or moving and stuff. So if you just want to chill and do the chat or whatever, that's totally cool, dude. I totally get it. So whatever works for you.
I might hop on for a little bit, but.
Okay, whatever. Like I said, don't feel like you have any obligation to do it if if you're tired and you don't feel like coming on or whatever. I get it, my dude. So
this isn't tiring at all. This is enjoyable.
Well, yeah, I just mean like end of the day, if you've been working and doing moving equipment and stuff, the last thing you want to do sometimes is actually have conversation. You just want to put your feet up and toke on some lavender and vape it up,
Christen the new place, make sure I get the carpets nice and smelly.
Yeah, piss off the neighbors, all that good stuff right off the bat. Let them know.
I know, right? I've had the same neighbors for like 3 years here. I'm the only one that smokes in the building. They all know. They all don't care. Even the lady that runs the place, she comes in here. She knows that it smells. She knows that I smoke, and I have no idea what I'm up for with a new neighbor. And now I've got one neighbor on my left and one neighbor on my right.
Oh boy. Well, you might get to the point where you got to keep everything closed until it dissipates and then open the windows and air it out. And that might be getting that Ozium life again. Like when you're 14 smoking weed in your car.
Love basking in the smell of lavender. You know what I'm saying?
I understand. No, I get it. I love that smell too. I actually prefer my house to smell like that. There's nothing more.
I love bringing my clothes to the laundromat. And you open up the clothes hamper after it's been sitting in your car and it gets warm and it just smells like this beautiful floral lavender, just great smell. It permeates the entire laundromat. It's great.
And everybody's like, I know what that dude's up to. And you're like, yep, yeah. I don't care. All right, so I think that's going to wrap things up for us tonight, Mike. Yeah, help them. What time are you starting the move? Bright and early? You going to sleep in?
The movers will be here at 9 o'clock in the morning. I know for a fact my mother's going to be walking through the door at 8.
Oh, to help? Oh, you got you got a group helping your family and everything?
Yeah, my mother's going to be here. My girl is actually on her way back from Canada right now. She went out to get a tattoo today, like last minute impulse thing. An artist, she's been waiting like 5 years to get a time slot in with, like just posted an opening on Friday and she jumped on it and got this opportunity.
Well, good for her. What'd she get?
She got. I don't even know, to be honest with her. I was kind of mad at her at first for going because I was supposed to be moving and she was bailing on moving.
Gotcha.
So I was like, I don't even want to see what the tattoo is. I don't care about the artist. Just show me after you get it.
Oh boy, I'm sure she loved that. Well, it's good.
Yeah, we're fine.
I'm good. I'm glad she's coming back though, and she's gonna be able to help you. That'll be good. So, I hope it goes well. I hope there's nothing gets broken, and you get in there.
Please no.
I hope. Yeah. Well. Yeah. Watch those movers. You never know. That's the only bad thing about movers is they could break something. You're screwed.
They're a couple of paisans. They know how to move everything.
Oh, a couple guys. Hey, wait. If your stuff falls off the back of the truck, though, hey, they don't know what happened. If it falls off the back of the truck, Mikey, that's not their problem, okay?
They're gonna magically replace my 2 OLED TVs with some LED garbage. You know what I'm saying?
What are you talking about? You had a fucking tube TV in your bedroom, guy. We know. What are you talking about? There's no flat screens up here, fucking guy. Cousin Joey's like, hey.
Here's your PlayStation 1, sir.
That's awesome. All right, dude. Well, good luck with it. I hope it goes well.
Night, brother.
Oh, you're welcome. I appreciate it, dude. Take it easy, my friend. All righty, guys. Later, bro. That's going to wrap things up for us. I want to thank Amanda for calling. Amanda and everybody that called in today. We had a lot of calls today. That made my day. It was nice to know that the phones were working and that you guys took advantage of it. And it was good to hear from all of you guys. Glad to hear. I've been waiting to hear back from Wolverine about what happened with his wife. And I've been waiting to hear what happened with Amanda. And I got to find out both of those things today. So that really means a lot to me. I appreciate it. Those of you who stuck around in the chat, I really appreciate all of you guys doing so. Let's see. I saw a super chat in there too earlier, so I just got to give a little shout out today. Like I said, Blue Wolverine, thank you so much for doing that. I think that's going to wrap this thing up. Pat Wooey wants a Lavender Gaming after show. You got that. We'll definitely get to one of those things for sure. Let's see. Oh, you guys still going in there. What a weird way to spend your life. Holy moly. No, Lance. Mikey did not get evicted. He's actually quite the opposite. He's moving up in life. He's actually hired movers. He's moving on and becoming an adult. So I'm very proud of Mikey, actually, believe it or not. Marcus, thank you for joining the League of Dummies. And again, of course, don't forget you guys can always join the League of Dummies by, Pat Wooey said, damn, Matt, a dedicated hater for sure. He's going hard in there. It's crazy. Thank you very much. Yeah, Matt. Tell all your friends how terrible I am. They should tune in to tell me how terrible I am. Please do. Please tell everybody how bad I am and that they should watch to tell me how bad I am. I would love that. Nothing more than that. So once again, shout out to everybody who is in the League of Dummies. Thank you guys for sticking around. I don't think I'm going to do a Lavender show tonight, after show tonight. I'm going to wrap things up and try to shut this all down, make sure everything worked properly. So far today, I think we fixed the problem. The show stayed up and running the whole time. So that's one good thing. One goal accomplished for today. So good stuff. I did end up hitting the buttons to record stuff. So 2 other goals, just they were a little late. So half accomplished. And other than the cramp, man, we probably wouldn't even have taken a break today. We were on a roll. So once again, I appreciate everybody hanging around. I told you guys earlier about all my fun wedding stuff I did. If you're interested in having me be a DJ for one of your events, whether it's a wedding event, a private corporate event, birthday party, backyard, whatever it is, I'll do it. I'm not too cool to do any party. I take money and do it wherever. So obviously, I prefer it in my local area. If you guys aren't around here, I understand. You'd like me to come do it. Sometimes it's just kind of hard to get everything out there. So in the meantime, if you want to book me for your event, you can go to clevelandreception.com and you can find out all the information about, how to book me. Just send me an email. Let me know. Hey, go to the website. There's a little contact form there. Put your name, your email. Let me know about your event, the date of it, how many hours you need, and we'll get you all squared away. Do lots of weddings, so try to get out ahead of it. I've got a lot of events already started to schedule for next year. So if you know somebody that's getting married next year and you want the best DJ and you want a great party, send them my way now. That way they don't miss out on their date because I'm getting booked up for next year already. So I'm very fortunate to have some great customers. And as you can see below, another Dumb Show is brought to you by the Cerruti team at HomeSmart. Dylan hooked us up. He's still sponsoring the show. And you can find Dylan on all socials at Dylan Cerruti. That's Dylan with a Y, Dylan at Dylan Cerruti. And like I said, I had a great experience with him when B1 and I were house hunting. He had a great he was just on it, man. He always answered his phone. He was texting us. He was, I'm not a huge text guy, especially when it comes to work stuff, but he loves texting. So, and he's always got his phone on him. So get a hold of Dylan through Instagram, through Twitter, wherever, at Dylan Cerruti, and then you can get those digits and you can start digging in and looking for a home. If you're looking for a home in the Northeast Ohio area, he's going to hook you up. The Cerruti team at HomeSmart, they're a family-run company specializing in lake houses. So if you want to get a good view, well, call Dylan. He'll hook you up. So a big thanks to them. I appreciate Dylan for supporting the show. And thanks to all of you for supporting us as well. That's going to wrap things up for us here on Another Dumb Show. Thank you for tuning in, or whatever you call it, streaming with us here on issue number 45. That's going to wrap things up. I am out of here. You guys enjoy the rest of your evening. Hope you're having some fun happy hour. I'm going to go enjoy some Oros. I am out of here. See ya.